I hope I'm audible to you all. And let us begin the evening session of 4th of April. So, in the morning session, we have seen that many of the topics were repeated, yes. And if I say one question was there from surface energy. Surface energy is being asked yesterday also, day before yesterday also, today also. And then simple mirror formula question was there. Then we had a question on binding energy, the energy released. Simple question on friction, finding the acceleration, finding how much time it takes for a block to slide. A question on logic gates which was expected. Sir, how was it? Morning shift, yeah, morning shift was easy. Okay, maths, physics, we will say moderate. Like few questions were, you can say, a bit time taking. Otherwise, everything else was simple. One question was there on the topic which was not supposed to be asked. That was on what was that? Resolving power. Yeah, resolving power, that was asked. Overall difficulty level of the morning, if I talk about, moderate. Okay, moderate, I'll say. Maths was lengthy, chemistry was easy in the morning, and physics was a bit of moderate. Except few questions, physics was also easy. Hello devil. Then we had a question on cell combination series parallel that can be solved with the help of nodal analysis also, and series parallel method also. Yeah, resolving power thing was asked. So if you are going, so just have a look at the formula of resolving power also. Then we had another question on finding the magnetic moment. That was a bit simple. Integration was needed to be done there. Then from Young's modulus, yes, as I was saying, from solids, Young's modulus is being asked. One question was there on Young's modulus, and then we had a question on single slit. From wave optics, two things are most important: YDSC and the diffraction pattern. Just the formulas you should remember nicely. Okay, so diffraction pattern was asked in the morning. Then from projectile, a standard projectile question asking the range, that was asked. Then we had a question on capacitor. Okay, the energy stored in the capacitor, just simple. The plates separation was being increased. How the energy will depend on the separation. Did a nucleus question come, sir? Binding energy question, nuclear binding energy question was there. Okay, a reaction was given, the binding energy per nucleon of ABC was given. We need to find how much will be the energy released in the reaction. Sir, evening shift difficulty level, please. Siddharth. Siddharth, we are waiting. Okay, so we are fetching the questions. So soon we will see the questions and I'll tell you the how the questions are. Hope it has to be standard only. The physics has to be standard only. Let us see. Sir, from which nuclei? No. A reaction was given to us. A plus A converts to B plus C, like that, and then nuclear binding energy per nucleon of ABC was given. Then we need to find how much will be the energy released in the reaction. That was the question. And another question was series RLC circuit. Yeah, series RLC circuit is a standard thing. If something is being asked from AC, most probably it will be series RLC circuit. How to find the power dissipated, how to find the current there, how to find the power factor there. So it was a question on power factor, standard question on power factor. Brewster's law question was there. Okay, there was a question on Brewster's law. So you can download those questions. Okay, on the WhatsApp channel we have uploaded the PDF. So you go download that PDF and revise all the topics that was asked in the morning for physics, for chemistry, and for maths, all three. What are the topics we want to concentrate for tomorrow's shift 2, sir? Yeah, tomorrow shift 2 you have. So morning question you have seen. Now evening question we will start in a while. Okay, another question on the morning was work done, standard question on work done by a constant force. Okay, W is equals to F dot S, simple thing. Then there was a question on how the density will change. Okay, bulk modulus question it was actually, and a simple diode circuit. Simple diode circuit question was there. There we need to find the time constant of the circuit. This was RC circuit, diode was also there. Okay, tau is equals to RC, simple thing. So physics was quite easy, doable, except we can say except two questions or like that. You could have, like specifically I think like most of the student could not have done this resolving power thing because they don't know the formulas and all. They didn't prepare because this was out of syllabus. I don't know what NTA will do. and they should declare it to be a bonus. Now I will request all those students who appeared in this evening shift to mention the level, to mention the questions of this shift. If any of you remember, please mention the question in the comments and we will take those questions. What are the topics we want to concentrate for tomorrow's shift? Yeah, I replied to this. Okay, for tomorrow, first go through the morning shift. We have uploaded the PDFs on the WhatsApp channel. Download those PDFs. Okay, prepare those. And for 2nd April also you prepare. Evening we are going to discuss Zener diode problem. Abhishek Kumar is saying there was a question on Zener diode. Zener diode is also one thing. 3 things are mostly asked from semiconductor basically. First is you can say important thing is the logic gate questions, then the simple diode circuit questions, then the third is the Zener diode. So Zener diode is also asked. That's great. Work energy power. Yes, there was a question from work energy power on finding the work done. There we just 2 forces were there given to us. The displacement was given to us. We need to apply W, work done is equals to F dot S. There the total force will be sum of the individual forces. So total force will be F1 plus F2. Kinematics 2 questions were there. Pandey mentioned that from kinematics we had 2 questions. Okay, so if you remember any of the question, please mention that question in the comments. We will take that question. We will take that question. Meanwhile, we are fetching the question from the students. So soon we will have the question typed by the person, and we will take that in our discussion. A ball is thrown from a car A and another car B is approaching it opposite, and ball hit car B. Find relative velocity. Okay, so there was some question on relative velocity like this. Relative velocity of what? Car. So data is not mentioned by the student here, by the way. So ball was thrown from car A, it hit the car B, then we need to find the relative velocity of maybe car A with respect to car B or whatever it is. We'll see that. If the data will be there, we will solve that. Displacement, we have to calculate. Acceleration was given. Okay, so acceleration was given and we need to calculate displacement. So what we need to do? First you integrate acceleration, you will get change in velocity. Then you integrate that, you will get the displacement from there. Displacement vector was given. We need to find out the acceleration. Okay, if it was opposite, displacement vector is given, you need to find acceleration, differentiate that twice. First differentiation will give you velocity, second differentiation will give you acceleration. Electrostatic, was there any question on electrostatic? Please mention. Sir, difficulty level kya tha? Dhere is asking. Dhere, we are just fetching the questions from the students, so soon we will see what level of questions were there. Morning difficulty level was okay. Like physics was moderate, few of the questions were moderate, otherwise other questions were easy. Yeah. So any of the students who appeared in this shift, please mention in the comments how was the shift, and if any question you remember, please mention. By taking these papers consideration, how many questions we want to do in exam to get more than 95 percentile, sir? If you want to get more than 95 percentile, so at least, first of all, let us take more than 99 percentile. If I talk about 99 percentile, if I talk about, you should target, considering these paper, today's paper into consideration, if I say, so it should be, I think, 170 like that. 160 or 170 for 99 percentile in today's paper, because maths was lengthy. Okay, maths was very lengthy in today's morning, and physics was moderate, chemistry was easy. Sir, tomorrow morning I have my exam. Can I watch this live? Yes, most welcome. Watch this live and see which all topics were asked. Prepare those topics very nicely. Sir, my friends appeared in the physics. Almost 15 to 80 questions were direct and formula based. Okay, let us see if 18 questions were direct or formula based, then it will be, amazing thing. Sir, question was moderate, physics was easy, chemistry was moderate, and maths was doable. Pritham is mentioning question paper was moderate, physics was easy. It was supposed to be, let us see, maths was very lengthy. Somebody is saying maths was very lengthy. Okay, if maths is lengthy, then you have to select questions from them. Out of 25, which, select 15 questions or like that, solve them very nicely. 2 circular discs of radius 10 centimeter each are joined at the centers by a rod as shown in the figure. The length of the rod is this, mass is this, the mass of each disc is also, what was asked there, please? What was asked there? Moment of inertia, or what was asked there? Please mention in the question. Pritham, can you mention what was asked in that question? Sir, current electricity se tha kya? In the morning we had seen a simple question was there from current electricity from cell combination, parallel cell combination. Now let us see in evening was there or not. which question was from biomolecule? Okay, if you remember, you can mention here. You can, so we are getting the questions, and the questions are being typed. So let us see if we have received questions till now. The questions are we are receiving soon. Okay, sir, chemistry easier, physics easy, maths lengthy. As usual, maths has to be lengthy because that is the deciding one. Time period asked, time period of oscillation of which was asked. Can you please mention for spring block system or for pendulum or for what thing? Sir, I got 97 percentile in January attempt. Okay, Aju, try to improve it. Let us see if you can get 99 this time. Physics, chemistry was calculative. Okay, okay, if physics was calculative, let us see. Sir, I got 23rd shift in January, which had the hardest physics, and panicked, and my shift is 6S2. Now I don't know what to do. Don't panic in the exam, even if you know the question paper is very hard, because it's if it is hard for you, it will be hard for others also. So select the easiest question, start with positive mindset, solve easy question, you know, get a confidence, and then slowly you know, move, work. How, sir, can you give some tips for 5th April people? Prepare these topics which are being discussed, okay, in the memory based lives. Prepare those topics, and if those topics are not prepared very nicely, so go and spend time with those topics nicely. Sir, magnetism ka question aaya hai. Okay, can you please mention the question? Disk edge axis time period. I think there somebody is saying there is time period of oscillation of a disk about its edge. If it is that, it is a, you can say, physical pendulum 2 pi root I by mgd. That formula we will use, we will solve that. Okay, fast. Yes, we are getting the questions soon. Okay, the questions are being typed. We will start soon in a while. So our chemistry sir, Gaurav sir and Dipendra sir for maths will join with us. Did KTG thermodynamics question came in the morning? I think there somebody was telling that there is a question on polytropic process, but we didn't receive the question. We did almost 20 questions in the morning. Semiconductor question are asked or not? Yes, semiconductor question is asked. So in morning, a Zener diode question, sorry, not Zener diode, the logic gate question was asked, and a simple diode circuit question was asked, and in evening somebody is saying that Zener diode is asked. So let us see if Zener diode question will come or not. Units and dimensions question asked or not? In morning memory based questions, out of 21 questions, there was no units and dimension question, but let us see if we will get, I don't know it was there or not, maybe it might be in the remaining of the 4 questions. I got 90 percentile in January, I worked hard, can I get 95 plus? Of course, no doubt about that. If you are working hard, you can get. Sir, elasticity se ek question tha, easy tha. Okay, in the morning also there was one question. Okay, one question there was there on Young's modulus. So I hope there is another question on similar topic like that. Sir, previously I had panicked in my exam. Now I have noticed something that I always do, something silly mistake, or I misread the question. Sir, please can you tell how to fix this? So misreading the question or doing silly mistake, why this happens? Because you panic in the exam. Okay, you have so much stress in the exam. I'm not able to solve. I'm not able to. These type of things, you know, comes in mind during the exam, and then you panic and then you do mistakes. So what you have to do? Start with easiest question. You have a set of 75 questions in front of you. Don't start with question number 1. First of all, choose your favorite subject. If it is physics or chemistry, choose one of them. Then go to those questions which you know. In physics, at least 5 questions you will see, they are straightforward, they are one-liner question, or you are very confident on those topics. Solve those questions. Start with that. Once if you get a positive mindset in the exam, whole throughout in the exam you will have a positive mindset, trust me. Once if you get in the exam that yes, I am able to do this, yes has to be there, but this yes has to be there one time. If you get in the beginning, it means your whole paper will go smooth. Then फिर से पढ़ा कर क्वेश्चन somebody saying सर जी मेरा JEE मेंस अच्छा गया है सर जी जब अब एडवांस वर्सेस ओलंपियाड. Prepare for the advanced nicely. Sir, for physics, is formula enough or application or also focused? Formulas are not enough for physics. You have to solve questions, okay? Just by formulas, you will not be able to solve the questions because you will get confused how to apply. If something is changed, you will not be able to handle the question actually. And trust me, hardly there will be direct question, like slight thing they can vary na. So if you understand the concept you will be able to do that. सर 11-12 का वेटेज इक्वल था फिजिक्स में, 12th का वेटेज थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा रहता है, वी एक्सपेक्ट ऑलमोस्ट 60% वेटेज ऑफ 12th. सर आई कांट एबल टू सॉल्व स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस, बेटा यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट फॉर स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. ओके, इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व. Okay, so let us see if we are getting the questions. We are getting some questions, and potentiometer is asked or not in any shift. Somebody is asking. Till now I have not seen any potentiometer question. Okay, but don't know if it was there or not, because we discussed almost 20 questions from each shift. So the rest 5 we don't know from which topics they were. Sir, moving charges magnetism is asked. Sir, yes or no? Moving charges magnetism, finding the magnetic field was asked. Finding the magnetic field. There was straight wire, some part of the circular loop, that kind of configuration was asked. Physics was difficult. Somebody saying potentiometer se aaya. Okay, somebody saying it was asked. So let us see. Sir, I haven't revised ray optics. Should I revise it now, because I had done it in a year in very good manner for Jan. I haven't for April. You should revise at least the good topics from where the questions are asked. Refraction thing, refraction from the curved surface, the lens formula thing, the mirror formula thing, prism minimum deviation must. Okay. Sir, I have revised ray optics. Yeah, I mentioned you should revise. Don't skip ray optics. Ray optics is a high weightage topic. You may get even 2 questions in your paper. Okay, prism thing, the most important thing. Then is the refraction thing. Okay, so let us see. We are having Gaurav sir with us. So Gaurav sir, it's over to you now. करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन था. या फर्स्ट शिफ्ट में था, देयर वाज अ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. एंड कर दीजिए.
Good evening, warriors. Good evening, Shivai. How was your paper? I solved 56 question. Siddhi saying, and I'm sure that 46 plus of them are correct. Perfect, beta. Hey, keep typing slow. The comments go away from my screen. Bhanu, big fan. Thank you, beta. Then Ronak, which questions? Beta, how was your paper? How was your chemistry paper? We are just fetching the questions, and in no time we'll be getting those questions. So good evening, and yes, you have to be very vigilant with these questions because these concepts are going to repeat. Sir, physics and chemistry are easy. Haan beta, that is the feedback, the general feedback we are getting, and students are saying physics, chemistry is easy, maths is also easy, but yes, I mean, you have to calculate on those steps which requires time, and definitely that time will only be given by physics and mathematics. So the reason they are easy is they want you to become a better time managers, because you know how to handle pressure. So pressure handling is also now a syllabus, I guess, these days. Sir, I haven't done organic. I am good. Beta, today I have made some, I have got those requests. So in PW JEE English channel, I have done some 15 questions discussing organic chemistry, the GOC. So please kindly, I mean, it'll just a 15 minutes video. So it'll rather be a perfect revision for organic chemistry. Hit PW JEE English channel today. After this live, you will be getting that 15-minute video. I've just recorded that for you for helping in the organic section, because we were getting a lot of requests personally. Siddharth, I solved 56 questions. Okay, Siddharth, perfect. And today, I'm not sure that 46 plus of them are correct. Acha, you attempted 56 and 46 plus, you are sure. perfect, then you'll be scoring good, beta. But relatively, we heard that physics and maths are easy. Morning session, beta, in the morning, I guess I discussed somewhere around 22 questions, 22, 23 questions. Out of them, leaving the 3 questions, the phenolphthalein question, not an NCRT fact, but GOC fact, and 2 questions with some calculations. Rest 18 questions were not moderate, beta. They were actually easy. So yes, expect a higher cutoff, a much higher cutoff from the January attempt. Yes, sir. Got 15 questions waiting for those. Today's paper. Yes, beta. Even we are waiting. So let me just check. Maybe. Ha, beta. We have got one physics question of yours. 2 blocks of mass m and 3m. Sumit sir will be doing that m and 3m perfectly. So let us just wait for a few more minutes. By the time, if you have any problem, if you have any chemistry related technical query, so you can definitely, sir, someone locked me in the bathroom. Hey, someone locked you in the bathroom? I mean, give a punch to that someone. I mean, yes, if it is for your good, then okay, or else that person deserves a punch. Sir, semiconductor is asked or not, beta. We'll be just revealing everything the moment we receive those questions, because I guess they are still getting tight. But yes, I see there is one physics question over here, but because it's a physics question, so I don't see that question. Okay, no worries. I mean, although this is quite difficult to wait for the question, even I am being impatient. So yes, if you have any chemistry doubt, beta, you can definitely post that doubt. Sai Kumar Reddy's, is order important in organic? Is orders important as in, beta? Is orders as in? Orders as in the relative values of periodicity? Yes. GOC comparing the order question we had, which is most electron withdrawing. So obviously, beta, they are important. Mathematics also one question is there. Okay, physics, I guess the question is there. Let me ask Sumit sir. So he'll be just joining in a while. I haven't got any notification, but as soon as, yes, but you'll be getting first physics question and then mathematics. We'll be, I mean, we have to wait for a while. Sir, why NTA doing like that in January? So difficult and April easy, beta. This is the variable factor they have with them, and with that factor they have a property of challenging your mindset. So what you can do at your end is to have a clear cut positive mindset. Whatever may come, you have to face it. 71 attempted all in physics and chemistry, and I'm sure that 65 of them are correct. Perfect, beta. The name just got away because I'm seeing new comments. I'm coming few minutes. Okay, Devil is coming. Devil, I used to play Counter Strike back in IIT Kurukshetra days. My CS name was Devil only. So I was initially a sniper and then I switched to Maverick. So initially, I mean, but at the end of the day, condition 0, the dust map, I was always a sniper back in my college days. Good sniper, huh? Sir, MMG, we did a question on P block. You told that MP order was correct, but it was not that hydride of 17th group. Hey, beta? Actually, see, the order, the question that was served to us was comparing the boiling point and melting point. Exact order of boiling point and melting point, yes, it obviously is a theoretical term which NCRT decides, but even because we were not required to learn that P block logic, that's why I said that you can do that with a common sense. What common sense? That ultimately what should be the trend of any compound molecular or boiling point and melting point, it should increase down the group, but because of hydrogen bonding, HF dominates, and there is a technical difference between HI and HF that can only be resolved by its calculation of its actual value of melting point and boiling point. So that is what I have said. Okay, I guess somebody is ready, so I'm ending. Either Sumit sir or Dipen sir is ready, so I'm ending.
Hello, hi, namaskar everyone. So we are starting with mathematics section. We have received the first question of your paper. Yes, from the mathematics section. Again. Will you even call it a question? This is something you know as a basic, right? Let's get started with the first question. Here we are. By the way, all the students who are watching this analysis, do tell me if you have attempted the shifts. Then tell me, how was your paper? How was mathematics section? And how did you find it? Was it easy, moderate, or difficult? Of course, easy it is never, but it is sometimes moderate because of the length, you can call it. But how was the paper overall? Do tell me. So here we are in the system of equations. It has infinite number of solutions, lambda plus mu. That is what you are asked. How do we work it out? I hope you remember the very basic, the straightforward result you got to apply is that's a delta, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 all are 0, right? If it has infinite number of solutions. Do you remember that? Okay, somebody is saying tough. Okay. Now, if I work on delta, I hope you can see the delta 1, 1, 1 from here, 1, 2, 3 from here, and it will be 1, 3, 1 from here. Now, I hope you know the Saras rule of expansion I could be using, which means first two rows I'll repeat here, which means 1, 1, 1, then it will be 1, 2, 3. So, expansion says, I'm really sorry. I think, where is lambda? I think there is some typing error here in this question because there is some lambda. So, let me see what has gone wrong because there is some typing error here in this question because lambda is missing in this question. Let me just get it corrected. By the way, yes, where is lambda? Can somebody tell me where was lambda? I think lambda was somewhere. Lambda was somewhere before what? Before z in the third equation, I think so. Yes, so lambda was here. I'm really sorry. So let me do that correction first of all. Here you had a lambda. You had a lambda here. So this instead of 1 will be lambda. So if I expand it, it should be 0. So based on this here, if I could begin with this, I hope you can see 2 lambda. Then this will be 3. Then this will be 3. Everybody with me on this? This minus that should be 0, which means this should be equal to that. So this will be 2. This will be, I think, 9. And this product will be again lambda. So with that, what do I get? 2 lambda minus lambda is lambda, and there 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 minus 6 is how much? 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So we receive lambda as 5. First conclusion. Okay, no worries. Our typist, the operators we have are very much occupied, and they are in so much in rush that they are typing all the questions as soon as possible. So there they might have missed writing lambda. So we have lambda. Now how do we find mu? I think lambda delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, any of these values will give us. So let's work on, let's say, lambda 1. Lambda 1 will be 1, 1, 1 should be replaced by 5, 9 mu. So it will be 5, 9 mu here. Then 1, 2, 3 in the second column, 1, 2, 3 in the second column, and third column will be 1, 3 lambda. But 1, 3 and lambda I'll replace by 5. Again, I'll use the Saras rule of expansion. So with that, what will I be having here? First row 5, 1, 1, second row 9, 2, 3 here. With that, when I expand it, I hope you can see it. 5 to 5, that is 25 into 2, 50. Then this gives you 9 into 3 into 1, that is 27. Then you have mu into 1 into 3, that's 3 mu. This should be equal to 1 into 2 into mu, that's 2 mu. Then you have 3 into 3 into 5, so that is 9 into 5, 45. And what do you have next? 9 into 5, that is again another 45. Everybody with me on this? So 2 mu comes here, 3 mu minus 2 mu is mu. 45 plus 45 is 90, and 50 plus 27 is how much? I think 50 plus 27. I think 45 minus 50, or rather whatever you do, 50 plus 27 is, I think, 77. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it will be what? 13? Yes? Right, so it will be 13. So we have lambda and mu both. What were we asked? We were asked lambda plus mu, 13 plus 5. Your answer will be 18. Everybody got this? That's brilliant. So a lot of you got this answer correct. That's brilliant. 23 will not be the answer. The answer will be 18. With that, can we move ahead? Let me ask who is available now. I think Sumit sir is ready. So let me tell him so that he joins it.
So, hello students, welcome to the physics part, and let us see which question we are having. This Young's modulus question, And as we were saying, that Young's modulus is being asked. There was a similar type of question in the morning shift, and we are having another question in the evening shift. Now let us see. The length, Young's modulus, and area of cross section are mentioned. Find the ratio of the extension in the wire. How to find the extension? We know Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. Okay, delta L by L like this. So we say delta L is basically equals to FL by A by. You know this. Now I need the ratio of the extension in the two. So delta L1 by delta L2, if I say delta L1 by delta L2 by delta L2, that will be equals to F1 by F2. Yeah. Then lengths are different. Okay, L1 by L2, L1 by L2. Then area of cross section is same. Young's modulus is different, inversely proportional to Young's modulus, Y2 by Y1. Now put it. What is F1 by F2? Here the tension is mg. Here the tension will be 3 mg. So F1 by F2 comes out to be 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Then L1 by L2, 1 and 0.5. So 1 divided by 0.5. Then Y2 by Y1. Y2 is 2y, Y1 is y. So 2y divided by y, that is basically 2. So what we are getting? 0.5 is 1 by 0.5 is 2. So 4 by 3. So this comes out to be 4 divided by 3. 4 divided by 3, which is our second option. Yeah, second option we are getting here. Let us see if there is another question in physics. So yeah, we are getting question in physics soon. But yes, Young's modulus is important. So try to prepare Young's modulus nicely. And I think Gaura sir is ready with one question. Now Gaura sir, it's over to you. It's over to you.
Yes, guys. So I have got this one question. Where mic, sir? Okay. I'm wearing a mic, beta. Yogesh, sir, second shift today, 73 correct. Perfect. Sai Kumar, perfect, beta. What was that? Was not even the question. Okay, Sachin Kumar is saying, okay, maybe you are talking for the physics question or this one, beta. Because obviously it's a memory based paper, so we can always question that what was the actual thing. But as far as what we acha, you 2 by 3, that means I don't know, you must be talking of that physics question. Okay, Asit is telling answer maybe 4 for this one. Okay, let's see, beta. I mean, a traditional question from D block elements for KMNO4 and K2CR27. You should always be very much vigilant with the D block elements. So, sir, 3 attempt, three at Banu Teja saying, sir, 3 attempted in chemistry. Okay, you must be giving answer 3, beta, because 3 out of 25 is very less. Manganese forms oxide also and fluoride also with highest oxidation state. The difference in highest oxidation state of manganese in the oxide and fluoride, a traditional question which inorganically and chemical bondically, it just tells us that oxide being O2 minus has a capability to form multiple bonds. Therefore, oxide has a tendency to bring any metal or any element in its maximum oxidation state. Why only oxide, sir? Because, sir, size is also small, electronegativity is high, and once an oxide approaches a metal, the metal has to lose 2 electrons. That's why one oxygen will bring +2. Sir, but people will say fluorides are most electronegative. I do not deny to the fact that they have more polarizing power. But because of a lesser charge, if you compare them with oxygen, then rather they have lesser tendency. Okay, then what should be in case of manganese? What should be the compound that you see, sir? Everybody knows that what is the number of electrons, valence electrons present in manganese 4s2 3d5. So all those electrons can be snatched by oxygen, therefore bringing a +7 charge on manganese. And if you compare with the fluorine, then obviously manganese fluoride of coordination number 4 is only possible with manganese in case of fluorine. So what shall be the oxidation state that manganese acquire because of fluorine? Sir, it is obviously +4. So what is the difference between +4 and +7? Sir, it is definitely +3. So answer is easy. Yeah, perfect. So this is, I guess, this was the question I'm having. Let me see. Just this question I'm having. So maybe physics or maths. So okay, Deepen sir is ready. So Deepen sir, over.
All right, students, I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to all the participants. Here we are getting started with our maths discussion. Again, a simple question, a plus b plus 2c is 22, non-negative integral solution. So we are now talking about non-negative integral solutions. First of all, when you talk about a plus b, 2c. So 2c when shifted to the other side, why? Because had it been c, I could simply use the formula n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. But since it is 2c, I cannot use that. So what I'll do is I'll shift it on the other side. So when I write it like this, it becomes 22 minus 2c. Non-negative integral solutions means what? Let me try different values of c. Good to have you all. So if I begin with c as 0, I hope you can see this clearly. When I put c as 0, we get a plus b to be 22. Now how many solutions do I have? I hope you can clearly see. If a becomes 0, b is 22. I hope you can see it clearly. A becomes 0, b is 22. If a becomes 1, b is 21, and so on. But ultimately in the end, if a becomes 21, b will be 1, and ultimately if a becomes, I hope you can see it very clearly, if a becomes what? 22, this will be 0. So I hope you can see there are total 23 solutions. Everybody with me on this? So if this c becomes 0, there are 23 solutions to it. So there are 23 ways in which this can be done. Now if I try c as 1, so c is 1, which means 2, which means 20. I hope now you are clearly developing the sense that a plus b is found to be 20, which means this time there will be 21 solutions. I hope you have developed the method. So here for this there will be 21 solutions. I hope now you must have understood the logic that when c will be 2, it will be of course 4. 22 minus 4 is 18, and for this a plus b 18, there will be 19 solutions, and so on. So ultimately what will I be left with? So when c will be 11, it will be 22 minus 22. So when c is taken as 11, ultimately a plus b is going to be what? 22 minus 22, that's 0, and there I get only one solution, that a and b both become 0. That's good. A lot of students have started responding. That's brilliant. That's perfect. With that, I think we have created the cases. All you need is sum of these 1 plus 2 plus 3 until 23. How many numbers are these? I hope you know how to do it. This is nothing but what? These are the number of ways in which it is happening. 1 plus 3 plus 5 until what? 23. So sum of first n odd numbers is, sum is always given by n square. I hope you know that. But how many odd numbers are they? So they are clearly, I hope you're understanding, from 1 to 23. I hope you are seeing. This will also give you the idea that 0 to 11. They are total 12. They are total 12. First n odd numbers, 12 odd numbers. So the answer will be 12 square. So 144 should be logged. Yes, you are absolutely right. Congratulations, everyone. That's good, Manan. That's good, Proximal Legends. That's good, Yogesh. That's good, Anurag. That's brilliant, everyone. That's brilliant, everyone. That's good, Datan. With that, I'll move towards the next question. Again, a basic question, doable question, absolutely doable question. When I go ahead with this question, first of all, look at this. Let me rewrite this question here. Let me work on alpha and beta first. I hope alpha is clearly a GP 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, 1 by 8, and so on. Infinite GP it is. Its sum is given by a upon 1 minus r. So 1 minus r will be 1 by 2. I hope no confusion on that. So it is 1 by 2 in the denominator, 1 by 4. So it is 1 by 2. So this becomes 1 by 2. Everybody comfortably understanding that? I hope no confusion on that. Similarly, when I talk about beta, that is again a upon 1 minus r. So the r here is 1 by 3. I hope you can see it clearly. So this becomes what? This becomes 2 by 3. This becomes 2 by 3. I hope you can see it. So beta is also 1 by 2. Everyone comfortable with that? Now if I write this expression, this is 0.2. This is 0.2 to the power log of alpha at base root 5. So this is 5 to the power 1 by 2. This is 5 to the power 1 by 2. But base has a certain power. When it comes out here, its reciprocal comes out. So the power is 1 by 2, which means 2 will come out here. Everybody getting that? Similarly, if I talk about this other part, that is 0.04. I hope you know 0.04 is the square of 0.2. I hope there is no confusion on that. And this is log beta at base 5. But beta is technically same as alpha because alpha and beta both are same. So I can write it as alpha at base 5. Everybody with me on this? I hope there is no confusion on that. All the participants with me on this. Now 0.2, I hope you remember, we can write as, I hope you remember, 0.2 I can clearly write as 2 by 10, which is what? 1 by 5. So this I can write as 5 to the power minus 1. This I can write as 5 to the power minus 1. This also. So this will be same of this only. So can I simply double it here? I hope this isn't getting confusing. So with that, what I do here is this minus 1 and 2 are multiplied. So this becomes 2 into whole of 5 to the power minus 2. I hope you are comfortably getting it, everyone with me on this. From here, what I do next is, I hope you understand this 5 and this 5 are same. But before that, I should take this minus 2 there. So minus 2 when taken on alpha as a power of alpha, this becomes alpha to the power minus 2. So can I take this minus 2 there as a power of alpha? So I hope you're understanding alpha is raised to the power minus 2. Now 5 is raised to the power log of something at base 5. So when this 5 and this 5 are same, the answer is alpha to the power minus 2. So my answer will be 2 into alpha to the power minus 2. But what was alpha? Sir, alpha was 1 by 2. So alpha was 1 by 2 means what? 1 by 2 to the power minus 2. So it means 2 to the power 2. So it is 2 into 2 to the power 2, which is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. Everybody got this? Maths 100 marks, total 73 correct. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, everyone. 8 will be the answer. That's good, Arpan. Somebody is writing code. Congratulations. Okay, great, great, great. That's brilliant, students. So I hope everybody got this answer. Let me call either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir for the next part. So let me, who is ready? Anyone who is joining now? Let me ask Sumit sir if he is ready. I'll be inviting him. Okay, cool. So he is joining. He'll be there. I'm leaving.
Back with the next question. Few questions on physics. Let us see which all questions are there. See which all questions are there with us. Okay. Am I audible to you? Please mention if I am audible to you. I think in the previous question the mic was not there. I forgot. Anyways, let us discuss this. Yeah, good evening, Arpan. Consider a ring of radius r rotates about a horizontal axis as shown. The time period of small oscillation is. Now this is a physical pendulum thing. Okay, how we write the time period of physical pendulum? Time period is equals to 2 pi root of I by mg into d, where I is the moment of inertia and d is the distance of center of mass from the axis. Clear? I is moment of inertia about the axis. Now this is a disk. If I ask you what is the moment of inertia about this axis, now for disk you know about this axis, what is that? Passing through the diameter, this is mr square by 4. This is mr square by 4. Now about this axis if you have to write, you will use parallel axis theorem. What it will become? Mr square by 4 plus mr square by 2. No, sorry, it is a ring. It is drawn in an improper way. This is a ring. If it is a ring, then it will be mr square by 2. Okay, let us write this is a ring, not a disk. About this it is mr square by 2. About this if we want to write, use parallel axis theorem, mr square by 2 plus mr square, 3 by 2 mr square. What is distance of center of mass from here? D is r. This distance is my radius. Now put in the formula. So time period will be equal to 2 pi root of I is 3 by 2 m r square divided by mg into distance of center of mass, that is r. Now see from here, this r is getting cancelled, this m is getting cancelled. So what it will become? It will become time period is equals to 2 pi root of 3 by 2 r by g. 2 pi root of 3 by 2 into r by g. Third option we are getting as correct. it was a disk. Okay, if it was a disk, then it will be mr square by 4 plus mr square, it will become 5 by 4 mr square. I don't know, like this is a memory based question, and if ring is written here, I am considering it to be a ring. If it was a disk, then change it accordingly. Is this clear? Okay, next question. Two cars A and B are moving on a rod with speed 100 km per hour and 80 km per hour. A stone is thrown from car B with speed v km per hour relative to it. Stone hit car A with speed 5 meter per second. With respect to A, ignore gravity. What is V? Actually, I don't know. This data is not sufficient, not proper. Actually, at least the diagram should be given. I don't know whether it was given in that or not. It should be mentioned both the cars are moving in the same direction. Okay, A is moving with 100 km per hour, 100 km per hour, like this, and B is moving with the, what is the speed of B? 80 km per hour. This is 80 km per hour. Now you are throwing a stone from B with a speed v km per hour relative to it. So this speed is v km per hour relative to it. Relative to ground, it will be 80 plus v. So with respect to ground, its speed is 80 plus v. 80 plus v. Now this 80 plus v speed stone is hitting the car A with a speed of how much? 5 meter per second relative to car A. It means this 80 plus V is equal to, this is with respect to ground. If I want with respect to A, minus VA. With respect to ground, minus VA, this is 5 meter per second. Everything else is given in kilometer per hour, so convert this into kilometer per hour only. How to convert that? 18 by 5. Okay, yeah, everything was in kilometer per hour, so I converted this 5 meter per second here in kilometer per hour by multiplying that with 18 by 5. Now this is 18 like this, so 80 plus V minus VA. What is VA? 100. 100 is equal to 18. So V minus 20, this comes out to be 18, V comes out to be 38 kilometer per hour. There has to be more data in the question mentioning that they are moving in the same direction and A is ahead like that. Otherwise, you know, so many cases can be here. If in meter per second, then answer will be 25. If you convert this to meter per second, you will multiply with 5 by 18. Okay, getting it? Now let us see. Okay, now we will have questions on I think chemistry. Let us see, Gaurav sir is ready or not. Or are there any other questions? Yes, we are having. Okay, anyways, Gaurav sir is coming, so I will.
Yes, guys. So we have got few questions of chemistry. So let us discuss them. Yeah. So this was okay. This one we discussed. Now a beautiful question, a simple question from chemical bonding, but yes, they were not asking actually the logical questions to that extent, but yes, thank God the basic question was asked involving the linear combination of atomic orbital, the Lakaw, and the same Lakaw which NCRT, Lakaw as in linear combination of atomic orbital. We know atomic orbital combine and they form molecular orbitals. So the same logic was asked, and the same NCRT thing was to be done, that you have to consider Z axis as the internuclear axis. So suppose I have my Z axis being the internuclear axis. So if orbitals are having a head-on overlapping, that will create a bonding molecular orbital, or sigma bonding or sigma anti-bonding. Now if there are orbital clouds which are laterally overlapping, that will result in a pi molecular orbital. But if the combining molecular orbital are in same phase, I'm not talking of the charge, I'm talking of their constructive and destructive interference. So if, let's say, this wave notion, this is not charge, this represents the wave notion. Let's say a plus minus wave notion is interacting laterally with a minus plus interaction, then obviously they won't be liking that interaction, and hence a destructive interference will be taking place. Like the plus and minus will move away, the minus and plus will move away. So ultimately, how many nodes are you going to observe in this case? So this will be my node and this will also be my node. So actually you will be having two angular nodes. And what is the famous picture which represents the anti-bonding lateral overlapping, which is also called pi-estic? So option 3 is your beautiful picture. Yeah, destructive interference. Perfect, beta. Perfect. Everybody is correct. Moving to the next question, a basic question, the similar version of question we had in the morning session also, in which you have to relate those NCRT reagents. So Tollens reagent is nothing but silver with ammonia ligand, silver in +1 oxidation state with ammonia acting as ligand. This will oxidize all the aldehydes, only aliphatic aldehydes, not aromatic aldehydes, and silver will itself get reduced to create the silver mirror. So that means 1 is definitely B. So 1 is B, 1 is B. You are wrong. So ultimately we have just eliminated one option. Felling reagent is a classic reagent that Tollens oxidizes both aliphatic aldehydes and aromatic aldehydes. But Felling being a much milder oxidizing agent as compared to Tollens reagent, it only oxidizes aliphatic aldehydes. So Tollens oxidizes both aliphatic and aromatic aldehydes, but aldehydes only, and Tollens, but Felling oxidizes only aliphatic aldehydes. The reason I'm saying this is because people forget this. So with Felling reagent, aldehyde are oxidized, aliphatic aldehydes, and copper get reduced to form a red colored PPT. So this is, as in 2 goes with A. So 2 goes with A. 2 goes with A. This is incorrect. 2 goes with A. Okay. So you just have one option where 2 is also going with it, but because we are practicing, so we are learning everything. Now, Williamson synthesis is the classic case where SN2 mechanism take place and you can even form an unsymmetrical ether. So how to do that? Let's say this is R-X, this is RO minus Na plus, so this will act as a nucleophile. A basic SN2 reaction will result in the formation of a mixed ether. So classic, simple. This is D, and Bayer's reagent. And Bayer's reagent is nothing but action of cold aqueous alkaline KMNO4 on what? On unsaturated cloud. Yes, it can also react with alkynes, but as per NCRT, this is famous. And what do you form? You
hello start हो गया क्या? हो गया? Okay, I'm there now. So let us see, we are having another question on dimensions. We'll take that. In physics, yes, somebody was telling that there was question from units and dimensions. So this is that question. Let us see what is asked here. Till now we have seen almost easier side questions only in physics. There was one question on relative velocity. a bit confusing as it was mentioned in the memory based, but there might be some additional informations there, okay, that was missed. Specifically the direction of motion of cars A and B, that has to be same, and how they are moving, those things were missing in that, I hope, because this is memory based, so few things can be here and there like that. So now what is that next question? This is our next question on dimensions. What is asked? List 1 present some physical quantity and list 2 present the dimensions. Okay, so here one by one we will go. First of all, work function. What is work function? Basically it's an energy. It's an energy. So work function is energy, means the dimension of work function has to be dimension of energy. So if this is energy, okay, this is my energy, the dimension has to be ml2t minus 2, ml2t minus 2, 3. Then stopping potential. Potential means energy per unit charge. So divide energy with charge. Potential is basically energy ml2 t minus 2 divided by charge. Charge I can say as ampere into time. This is charge we write. Or what they are using, I they are using instead of ampere. Sometimes you see for current A that is being used, or sometimes they used I. I think here they are using I. So this will become ml2 t minus 3 I minus 1 first. Then Planck's constant. We know energy is equals to Planck's constant into frequency. Frequency is 1 by time. So Planck's constant is having dimensions of energy into time. What is energy? ml2 t minus 2 into time is t. So this is ml2 t minus 1. ml2 t minus 1. That is fourth option. Fourth option, ml2 t minus 1. Then frequency. Frequency is 1 by time. 1 by time is the second option. That is m0 l0 t minus 1. So 3142. 3142. That is the second option here. Okay, so this was the question on dimensions, and yes, this question was very easy. Okay, now I think Deependra sir will join with question on maths. So Deependra sir, it's over to you.
Okay, so I think I'm live, I'm clearly visible and audible to all these students. Just give me a quick information, and we have received certain number of questions. So let's get started with this question. What does it say? It says, here we have expansion of 9x minus 1 by 3 root x whole raised to the power 18. And we are told the coefficient of term which is independent of x is, okay, 2 to 1 is given. Then the value of k is. I think this is one of the easiest questions again. You know the expansion of binomial, you know how to find the independent term, and then you know how to find the coefficient. Again, simple, general term. And we have discussed these category of questions a lot, many times, right? So first of all, I'll write it's r plus 1th term. So t r plus 1 will be given by 18cr. Now this 9x to the power 18 minus r, so I'll write it as 9 to the power 18 minus r and x to the power 18 minus r separately. I hope you're okay with that. And then you have this minus 1 by 3. I'll keep it written differently. So minus 1 by 3 to the power r times this 1 by root x, which is x to the power 1 by 2. I have x to the power minus 1 by 2, so it is x to the power minus 1 by 2 whole raised to the power r. Are you getting it comfortably, all the participants? I hope it's properly understandable now. So with that, what do we know, sir? That this term is independent of x, which means the powers of x here, when added, this should sum will be 0. Great, great, great. So with that, powers, if I adding the powers here are x to the power 18 minus r, and here it is minus r by 2. I hope you're getting it. So it is minus r by 2. Everybody listening and understanding that. So this power here should be 0. Yes, yes, yes. Amazingly easy, I'll again say. So this sum is 0. So minus r by 2 is minus 3r by 2. When it is shifted to the other side, it is plus 3r by 2. So 18r is equal to 3r by 2. So 3 into 6 is 18. 2 into 6 is 12. So we receive r as 12 here. So if we have received r as 12, what were we asked? We were told the coefficient is 2 to 1k. So coefficient here will be 18c12 times 9 to the power 18 minus 12, that is 6, into minus 1 by 3 to the power 12. So minus 1 by 3 or 1 by 3, both are same, but it will be 1 by 3 to the power 12. I hope you're realizing 9 to the power 6 is what? 3 square to the power 6. So that is again 3 to the power 12. So 3 to the power 12, 3 to the power 12 are cancelled. 18C12 is 18C6, and you know how to expand it. 18C6 you expand, you put it equal to 112K, and there you write the value of 22, there you write the value of K. Everybody understood this? All the participants, let me see whether I'm clearly visible and audible or not. So let me see. Yes, great, great, great. Now let me check whether we have received few more questions or not. So I think we have received few more questions. Let me get ahead with them. Let me quickly, first of all, copy these questions so that we start discussing these questions. Hold on for a while, students. Just let me get these questions also pasted on the screen. I think apart from that, yes, we have started getting few more questions. So let me bring all of these questions so that we can discuss all these questions. So hold on for a while. I am discussing all these questions. Apart from that, I think remaining questions will be soon discussed by Sumit sir and Gaurav sir, but these three questions I'll be discussing here. What is happening with this? So let me just copy this in a while, and this PDF gets downloaded, I think so now. Yes, and now we can import it and we'll discuss these questions as well. So here comes next question. Again, an easy one. This category of questions, do you not remember how many times have we discussed them? Cot inverse 1 plus x square. Now, can I not write it as minus 1 to 1? It is great. So minus 1 to 1. First of all, let me try and simplify this expression, then I'll integrate it later. So cot inverse I can write as tan inverse of 1 upon 1 plus x square. So this x plus x square can I not write as, this x plus x square can I not write as x times whole of 1 plus x? Everybody with me on this? Now I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to do here. I can write this 1 plus x here and minus x like this. So numerator still has 1. But I hope you remember tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. That is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So this entire expression becomes tan inverse 1 plus x minus tan inverse x. Everybody understanding this comfortably? Now we need to integrate it. We were supposed to integrate it with respect to x from minus 1 to 1. So from minus 1 to 1, this needs to be integrated. From minus 1 to 1, this also needs to be integrated. We know tan inverse x is an odd function, symmetrical with respect to the origin. So minus a to a, this integration becomes 0. So this whole expression becomes 0. Everybody getting this? All the participants? Great, great, great. So with that, when I talk about this, I think integration by parts, isolate. So this will be first function and 1 here will be the second function. So how do I solve this? First function as it is, that's your tan inverse. One more thing you could have done, you could have substituted this 1 plus x by t so that the limits are also updated. I hope that's completely fine with that. Although anyways, you can go ahead with this also, nothing wrong in that. So here, if I simply integrate it here, tan inverse, first function as it is, which is tan inverse 1 plus x, integration of second, so integration of 1 will be x, everyone comfortable with this, minus integration of derivative of first, tan inverse 1 plus x. Okay, so there it creates some problem. Okay, no worries with that. So 1 upon 1 plus x square, but it will be 1 plus x whole square. So this becomes 1 plus x whole square. So there it creates some problem, although it is not a problem at all. But when you expand it, it will unnecessarily create a quadratic. So let me just do one thing. It will unnecessarily complicate that integral. So I'll simply do one thing. 1 plus x I'm substituting by t. So there you get dx as dt. I hope you're getting it. But because of that, you get rid of this 1 plus x, which helps you there in that integral part. So here if I update the limits, it will be 0 and this will be 2. This remains same. 1 remains 1. It is not affected, but this will be tan inverse t dt, which is more solvable now. I hope you're understanding it. Now from here, when I go ahead, I hope it's fine, whatever we are doing now. So first function as it is, derivative integration of second. So first function, second function. So it will be t tan inverse t. I hope you are getting it, minus integration of derivative of first, which will be 1 by 1 plus t square. So it looks a little simpler now. Integration of first, that's t dt. And of course, limits are going to be 0 to 2 on this whole expression, which I'll put later. So I hope I can do that later. I can apply that limit later. Now what I do next is, I hope you can clearly see here in this particular part, if I apply this, I'll apply the limits 0 to 2 here later. And here, let me put the limits are 0 to 2. And if I take 1 plus t square, let's say, as k, then of course 2t dt will be dk. So with that, when I put the limits here, it will be 2 tan inverse 2. So it will be 2 tan inverse 2, 0 input, it is 0, minus, now pay attention to this part, t dt will be dk by 2. So it will be minus 1 by 2, limits. Now when t is 0, k will be 1. And when t is 2, 2 square is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, so it will be 5. T dt is dk by 2 that we have written, so it will be dk by k. I hope you are getting it clearly. So it will be ln mod of k. Great, great, great. So it will be ln mod of k from I think 1 to 5. So it will be ln k from I think where 1 to 5. So I think the answer is there. 2 tan inverse 2, 2 tan inverse 2 minus 1 by 2, ln 5 and ln1 is 0. So with that you have the answer. I think it is option A. Everybody understood that? All the participants? Great, brilliant, perfect. With that, let me solve the next question as well. Do we have one more question? Yes, we do have few more questions. Here comes another question. Again an interesting one, again a simpler one, again a decent one. First of all, when somebody says that A, B, C are real numbers, that means this is a real polynomial, a cubic. I hope you're getting it. Now, if somebody says it has one root as 1, which is a real root, other root is root 3 iota, which means what? Iota is out of this and root sign. I hope you'll understand this. So, if one of the roots is root 3 iota, other will be conjugate of it. We know that. So, other root will be minus root 3 iota. So, the three roots we have gotten are 1, root 3 iota and minus root 3 iota. So, equation will be x minus 1, x minus root 3 times iota and x plus root 3 times iota. I hope you are comfortably understanding this. Everyone with me on this. This is this cubic only. This is that cubic only. So this cubic needs to be integrated. But first of all, I'm simplifying that cubic. One of the methods is that you simplify it by 1. You pass 1 here. You get one equation. You pass root 3 iota here. Then you get another equation. Then you pass minus root 3 iota. Or some of the roots 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time. But I think this is a simpler method, which is of course a doable one. What are the chapters which are compulsory in the exam? In JEE, you are asking that 30 club. We have released a short on that anyways. You watch that short and you'll get the idea. Now from here, this is going to be cubic. I hope you can clearly see. If I multiply this and this first, so this x minus 1 stays outside. A plus b, a minus b. And that is a square minus b square. So with that, it will be x square minus root 3 iota, root 3 iota. So that will be 3 iota square. So that will be plus 3. Did you get that? How did I get it? Everyone? X square was there, minus was there, but root 3 was 3 and iota square was minus 1, so it became 3. I hope you got this. So when you multiply this finally, what you get is x square into x, that is x cube. The term in x square will be received by this only, so it will be minus x square. Comfortably getting it, everyone? Now when I multiply 3 here, it gives me 3x here, and with this I get minus 3. So this is the cubic which they have been talking about. Is it really a difficult question, students? Is it really a difficult question? Muhammad Abdul Rahman Salaluddin is saying 1 plus 1 comma 1 plus 2 iota over the two roots. In that case, Salaluddin, I'll say the equation will be simply based on 1 of the roots will be 1 plus 2 iota, other will be 1 minus 2 iota, and based on that also you can work out it. But if I have received these inputs, I'll go ahead with this. I hope you are okay with that. So with that, we need to integrate it from minus 1 to 1. So I hope again you know this. When I'm integrating it from minus 1 to 1, are you not noticing that, sir, this function and this function are clearly odd functions, and if they are odd functions, it will be 0. It will be 0. I hope you got this. It will be 0 because for odd functions minus 1 to 1, 0, odd functions minus 1 to 1, 0. And for this, it will be 0 to 1, twice of it. So all I need to do is integration 0 to 1, double of even functions, which is minus x square and minus 3. So minus x square and minus 3. Can you not do that by yourself? Is it a really tough task? Will you not be able to do that by yourself? All the participants, give me a quick update. Did you all get this? Shall I re-explain this part? Now from here, when I move ahead towards the next question, there is another question from statistics, what they usually do. So let x1, x2, x3, x10 be 10 observations such that xi minus 1 whole square is 90 from 1 to 10 and xi plus 2 whole square is 180. Great, perfect. Again, one of the easiest. Then what are we asked? Then you are asked standard deviation. Again, if I could figure out variance, I think I'll take the square root. That will do the job. I hope you're getting it. So first of all, let me write this expression. This will be what? 10 observations there. So it will be summation xi square plus summation 1 minus 2 times summation xi. What I have done is xi square plus 1 minus 2xi, the expansion of it, and summation can be distributed over addition or subtraction. So this value turns out to be 90. I hope you're comfortable with this, whatever I've done so far. So where there, I hope you know, I for a while I'm taking summation xi square, let's say as any value, let's say I take it as a, and summation xi if I take it as b. I hope you're okay with that. So this becomes a, this becomes minus 2b, and summation 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 10 times is 10. 90 minus 10 is 80. So one of the equations in A and B I get from here. Another equation, the same sort of equation, will I not get from here? So this gives me what? Summation. This is summation xi square plus summation, I hope it is going to be 4, summation 4, and then you have plus summation, I hope you are understanding it more clearly now, 2 into 2, 4, so 4 times summation xi, and that value we are given as 180. Comfortable everyone, all the participants? I repeat, xi square, 2 square is 4, and then 2 into 2 into xi, that is 4xi, but summation is distributed and it goes like this. All the participants, give me a quick thumbs up if you all are there with me on this. Now from here, what I say is summation xi square, that we have taken as a, 4xi, that will be 4b, and this summation 4 is constant, comes out, summation 1, that is again 10, so 4 into 10, that's 40, 40 goes to the other side, 180 minus 40 is 140, so it gives you 140. Now what do we need? We need standard deviation, so we need A and B both. Now from here, what I do next is, if I take negative of this, so it will be plus 2b minus a is equal to minus 80. Did you get that? I have taken negative of it, so plus 2b minus a minus 80. So if I add these, this is 6b, and this gives you, I hope you are clearly seeing it to be 60. So with that, I get b to be 10. Everybody with me on this? So if I have received b to be 10, and if I put it there, 10 into 2 is 20, 20 goes to the other side, so we receive a as 100. We receive a as 100. Give me a quick confirmation on that. I think if we get A and B, the job is done. The job is absolutely done. The job is totally done. Why am I saying so? Because now I'm interested in standard deviation. Let me talk about variance first. So what will be the variance? Variance is summation. I hope you remember summation xi square by n, which is 10, minus summation xi by n whole square. I hope you do remember that. Everybody with me on this? So with that, I think the question is done. The question is absolutely done, because what you do next is clearly here, summation xi square, that was a is 100, 100 by 10 is 10, minus summation xi. Summation xi is what? Summation xi is a. Summation xi is, am I making any mistake? No. Summation xi is b, so 10 by 10 is 1, 1 square is 1. So this is what you receive as 9, but this is variance. Standard deviation is the square root of it, so don't mark C as the correct option. Option B will be the correct answer. You are not asked the variance, you are asked the standard deviation. Mind you students, standard deviation is what you are asked. Is it not an easy question? Clearly it was. Let me invite either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir, whoever is available, so that we can hand it over to him. Okay, so Gaurav sir is ready. Let me just get a confirmation from him so that I end the stream from my end and he joins. Okay, so he is joining. I am leaving and he'll be solving chemistry for you.
Yes, guys. So I guess we had some lag. Acha, now am I audible, beta? Is everything good now? Now fine, sir. Okay, thanks, Roy. Anshul, maybe now it's a issue at your end, because yes, there was a lag, but now I guess I just need one more confirmation. Soumya Patra, kiya hai? Sir, previous question. Yes, beta. I'll be doing that question, obviously. Fine, sir. Okay, Roy. Thank you very much, Roy. Those active confirmations are actually very much required in a live class. So Roy beta, thank you very much. Now this was the question that we were discussing. I mean, we just discussed it. I'll just confirm. Yes beta. So actually tolerance reagent will be, is what, sir? Active silver plus ion. Felling reagent is what? It is active copper plus 2 ion. Williamson synthesis will help you to produce what? It will help you to produce unsymmetrical ether via SN2 mechanism. We have already done this. And what is Bayer's reagent? It is called aqueous alkaline caminophore. And what does it do, sir? It directly converts alkene into vicinal diol, and it is therefore a test of unsaturation. So what will be our answer? Obviously, beautifully option 1. प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में लैग था, आप बता रहे थे कुछ था. ओके, आई गॉट, आई गेस एवरीबडी इज क्लियर ना. हाँ, perfect, perfect. So moving to, this was the question in which we had lag. Now moving to the 2,4 DNP test, they also, that is given by carbonyl group. They form a colored compound that gives confirmation of a 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazine forms 2,4 dinitrophenyl hydrazone. So that is also a confirmation test for carbonyl compound. Really loved by JEE. Moving to the next question. Now, phenyl ethene, sir, that is obviously also commonly known as styrene, although if you do not know that, because that's from polymers chapter you should know this, but because polymers has been removed from NCERT and JEE syllabus, so do not worry. So what is the styrene? The question NTA is also telling you that once ethene attached with ethene attached with benzene, so this is a double bonded carbon having hydrogen. This is nothing but styrene. Now, once this styrene is subjected to reaction with Br2 in CCl4, so that means this is simply addition of halogen in an alkene, because the pi bond of benzene is resonance stabilized, so they will not rather react. So what will induce the addition reaction? Sir, the two carbons that we'll be having will be vicinal, will be forming vicinal position, they'll be forming dibromides. Now this, after subjecting to this, it is reacted with excess of NaNH2. Sir, what does excess of NaNH2 do? Beta, excess of NaNH2 converts vicinal dihalide into the corresponding alkynes. So one halogen this, one hydrogen this, so 1 mole of HX gone. One halogen this, one hydrogen this, 1 more mole of HX gone, because NaNH2 is a more stronger base, so it will rather have reduction, have elimination of 2 moles of HX and will form the beautiful alkyne. Now this alkyne, when subjected to, obviously now because medium is still NaNH2, that is medium is using excess of NaNH2, sir, then why this will be left behind? Because we definitely know this is acidic hydrogen. So because there is presence of acidic hydrogen, therefore C will form C minus and Na plus, and ammonia gas will be evolved. But I am interested in my carbon compound, which is giving me C triple bond C minus as in a nucleophile. Now this nucleophile will be attacked to this methyl iodide, which is rather having a very good leaving group, because iodine bond length is also very large, so it will be easily giving this SN2 substitution. Iodine will be going away and you will be forming this benzene triple bonded C, and it is just now introduced with this methyl group. So this methyl group is also now attached. This is my product. Now this product is, this was a good question, that this product is acted with sodium and liquid ammonia. Sir, again a classic NCERT reaction called Birch reduction, which converts partial reduction of this alkyne will produce alkene. But what form of alkene? Sir, Lindlar's catalyst produces cis form of alkene. So rather Birch reduction produces the more stable version, which is trans form of alkene. So let me make that trans form of alkene for you. This is benzene. This is the first carbon, the benzylic carbon, having 1 hydrogen, double bonded with another carbon, receiving hydrogen over here, because it should form a trans alkene, although for your question it will not make any difference, but this is my final product. Beta, cis alkene is produced using Lindlar's catalyst. Because we are using sodium in liquid ammonia, this is Birch reduction, so this will rather produce a trans alkene, although it will not create a difference in your answer. Why? Because although you have formed a trans alkene, but the question is just asking you the molecular mass of the final product. That means you have to just give the molecular mass of this. So I guess molecular mass of this, once you calculate, it will come around somewhere around 180. Now this is a plus minus, again a mathematification of organic chemistry was again done. So this is what you have to do. I hope everybody is so this was, I mean, a good question. Ultimately you were asked some NCERT logics also, and after that you have to do some calculations also. Okay, chalo, moving to the next question. Now the next question says, which of the following will have the most stable conjugate acid? Conjugate acid, sir, base. Whenever you have a base, if that base receives, I mean, it gives an electron to a proton, that is, it is receiving a proton and forming BH plus. This is the actual conjugate base, conjugate acid, because base when gives electron forms the conjugate part, and this is the conjugate acid. So ultimately for you the question is, which will form a strong conjugate base? The species which will be a stronger base. So actually read the question like you have to designate out of the following which is a stronger base. So ultimately it's a question from GOC asking you to compare the basic nature. So what about the first one? This P represents a para isomer. So benzene ring is having NH2, and at para position I'm having CH3. That means CH3 is what, sir? It is an electron donating group. So this electron donating group is because of plus hyperconjugation. So it will supply more electron to this nitrogen lone pair, and it can be coordinated. It can be given as a base. Now this NO2, sir, it is a electron withdrawing group due to minus R and minus I. No, sir, because it is withdrawing electron, then the lone pair of nitrogen, which is anyway delocalized inside the ring, will be more delocalized, and hence lone pair will be less available for donation. Yes, everybody, Reddy is also giving right answer. Because OCH3, like CH3, it is also electron donating, but OCH3 is electron donating because of a stronger electron donating nature, which is plus R, and hence it is the strongest electron donating group. Lone pair of nitrogen will have a more probability of coming into nitrogen and hence been offered as a base. So this will rather act as a strong base because the last option is having no profit of any electron donating group. So I hope everybody is clear. Yeah, perfect. Structions. Everybody has got this right. Rather a very simple question. Now coming to another question from GOC, and you may say, sir, RS configuration is not there in NCERT. Yes, it is not there, but if you have seen my lives also, and if you have seen my GOC also, I have been continuously saying this because NTA is continuously doing this. For just for the sake of optical isomerism, which is actually given and asked by NCERT because they give detailed explanation of NCERT in class 12th alkyl halides chapter. So just optical isomerism, RS configuration, guys, you should know. Now how to assign RS configuration, because if you do not know, then it will be difficult to solve such questions, and it will be rather very easy to solve such type of questions. Now we just have to give that what is the relationship between them. Although we can see that both have same molecular formula, both have same structural formula, the difference will be just because of their position in three-dimensional space. They have a different possibility of rotating the plane of polarized light. But where do they rotate that plane of polarized light can only be determined through experiment. But if it is dextro and if it is levo, then you have through RS configuration, you can at least assign that they are same or they are optical isomers. Now how to assign that RS configuration? Go to the chiral carbon, assign sequence rule. For example, how to assign the sequence rule on the carbonyl carbon, on the chiral carbon, I beg your pardon, sir, bromine is heaviest. Heavy nucleus is bromine. So this will be priority number 1. Who is having the second priority? Sir, chlorine. Just go to the attached atom and just check its atomic mass. After that, if mass is same, then go to first check atomic number. If atomic number is same, go to atomic mass. Because this is carbon, so tied this carbon is having 3 hydrogen, this carbon is having 2 hydrogen, but 1 C, because this C will also be having CH2 and CH3. So but ultimately it is having 1 carbon, so this will be more preferred, this will be less preferred, because its atomic mass is higher, not of the carbon but of the attached carbon. Similarly over here the sequence rule will again be the same, so this will be 3, this is 4. Now sir, we can do in wedge dash projection also, yes, but you just have to make sure that the lowest priority group, which is 4th in our case, is on a dash. It should be on a dash. Who? The lowest priority group. Obviously on a chiral carbon having 4 differently substituted bonds, the 4th will be the lowest priority group. So lowest priority group has to be in the dash. Lowest priority group has to be in the dash, and if it is in the dash, no worries. If not, then do even exchange and bring it to that dash position, and after that assign. How to assign, sir? Go from 1 to 2 so that you get 3. So from 1 to 2 I have to move and get a 3. From 1 to 2 I have to move, but not like that, because otherwise you will be finding 4. From 1 to 2 you have to find 3. Move from 1 to 2 so that you find 3. So how come you are moving? Sir, I am moving anti-clockwise. That means assign it as, because it is anti-clockwise, so assign it as S configuration. Because that is clockwise, so assign it as R configuration. So because they have different optical, I am not saying R means dextro-rotatory. Dextro and levo can only be determined through experiment, but yes, if it is dextro, it will be levo. If it is dextro, that will be levo. That means they are mirror image enantiomers. So ultimately, what is their relationship? Beautifully enantiomer. I have explained this for all those students who do not know this. Moving to, acha, this is the, I guess I was having my one more question. So just let me fetch that question for you. Yeah, I have that question for you. So next question says, yeah. Huh. So again, I mean a technically good question from, because yesterday also we have not seen that good logic, but again we have seen this, that back bonding was absent with the side of chemical bonding, but this time they have asked back bonding as well. Once you decide the hybridization state of nitrogen in ammonia, you can obviously say that it has 3 sigma bonds, so bond pair 3. It has 1 pi bond, so lone pair 1. So steric number becomes 4 and hybridization becomes sp3. But if you talk of nitrogen with silicon attached, then the lone pair of nitrogen will rather not be available, because silicon, unlike carbon, silicon is a element which has empty d orbital, and in the empty orbitals of silicon, sir, the lone pair can be easily coordinated. I'm not saying it will be just coordinated from this side. It can be from this side also. It can be from this side also. So ultimately, the resonating structure will tell you that it is not having a trigonal pyramidal geometry. Rather, it is just having a trigonal planar geometry. And because it will be trigonal planar, that means, sir, its hybridization is sp2, because lone pair is not available on nitrogen. It is coordinated via back bonding from the 2p orbital of, from the p orbital of nitrogen to the empty orbital of silicon, and this beautiful back bonding concept is asked by NTA, which makes your answer that first is sp3 and second is definitely sp2. Yeah, perfect. So with that, let me see who is ready for you. So Sumit sir is ready for you. So I'm ending from my end. Sumit sir, over to you.
With the next set of questions, yeah, let us see which all questions we have received now on physics. So we had done till here. Okay, so from here we have to start. So let us see which question are there. So point P and at R is equals to 10 centimeter distance from centers of two bar magnets. Okay, the magnetic moment is mentioned to us. We need to find field at point P. Now if you see, this point P is on the axial line of one bar magnet and on this is the axial line and on equatorial line of the other bar magnet. How we write the field on axis and equatorial line? How we write? 2 kp by r cube and kp by r minus kp by r cube, like that we write. Okay, so if let us take, this is my 1, this is my 2. Now this is on the axis, I will say the field will be like this. How much? 2 kp by r cube. 2 k will be mu naught by 4 pi, because this is magnetic field na. So 2 k, and instead of p we will use m divided by r cube. Now for this magnet it will be like this. How much? K, which is mu naught by 4 pi, m divided by r cube. Like this we will say. So these two are perpendicular to each other. Find the resultant. So resultant magnetic field will become mu naught by 4 pi, that is common, into m by r cube is also common, root of 2 square, that is 4 plus 1. So this became mu naught by 4 pi into m by r cube into root 5. Now put the values. What is mu naught by 4 pi? That is 10 to the power minus 7. So 10 to the power minus 7 into what is m? M is 3 root 5. 3 root 5 divided by what is r? R is 10 centimeter. Yeah, this is 10, this is 10. So 10 cube, 10 centimeter convert to meter means 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 cube, it will become 1000 into root of 5. Root of 5. So how much it is? 5 into 3, 15 into 10 to the power minus 4. 15 into 10 to the power minus 4 means 1.5 millitesla. First option. Yes, first option, 1.5 millitesla. Is this fine? Is this fine? Okay. So basically you have to remember the formula on the axial line, on the equatorial line. If you remember for electric dipole, same formulas for magnetic dipole. 2 kp by r cube minus kp by r cube. Instead of k, here it will be mu naught by 4 pi. Instead of p, it will be m. That's all. Now next question. Let us see what is there in this question. Bullets are fired from a gun in all the directions at all the angles. So in all the directions at all the angles, maximum range on horizontal ground is 6.4 meter. Find speed of bullet at time of firing. Now from here you are firing in this direction at all the angle. You are firing, we know maximum range will be at 45. So at 45 degree your maximum range, your particle is reaching here. Now in all the direction, in opposite direction also you are firing. You are firing like this, it will be reaching till here, 45. So the maximum range which it can cover in the horizontal direction is this total. Okay, from this end till that end it is able to cover. How much is this distance? This is 6.4. Try to understand this. You are firing in all the directions. So from that end to this end, this total distance comes out to be 6.4, and here this will be maximum at 45 degree. Here also this will be maximum at 45 degree. Now, I can say that this half is 3.2 meter. So this half, which is 3.2 meter, what is the formula of range? U square sin 2 theta. For maximum sin 2 theta is 1. So U square by G. U square sin 2 theta by G is the formula for range. U square sin 2 theta by G is the formula for range. For maximum range, my sin 2 theta will become equal to 1. So U square by G is 3.2. U square is 32. So U comes out to be root of 32, which is 4 root 2 meters. First option. Formula based question. Not only formula based question, here you have to understand also that this total distance is from that end to this end. If you put this, that will be half of that. Okay. Clear? Good. Next question. YDSE initial pattern was observed without covering the slit. Then after one transparent sheet of thickness T, refractive index mu, is placed before one of the slit. Two cases. First case was this, when there was no slit. This is the first case. Second case, we put a slit. What is the difference in the two? It is observed that first maxima with transparent sheet coincides with seventh maxima without sheet. So without sheet at a point, if I say without sheet at a point, let us take here. Which maxima it was? Seventh maxima. Seventh maxima at that point without sheet. It means how much is the path difference? This path difference and this path difference is 7 lambda. If I say S1, this as S2, this point as P, I will say that S2P minus S1P is equals to 7 lambda. Now, I put this sheet here. What is happening? At that point, I am getting first maxima. This is my first maxima. Means this path length minus this path length optically, okay? This path length minus this path length is equals to 6 lambda now. In this case, I am getting 6 lambda, the delta x. In this case, it was 7 lambda. What is that difference? Difference is 6 lambda. Sorry, not 6 lambda, sorry, 1 lambda. In this case, it is lambda. First maxima means lambda. So in this case, I am getting lambda. In this case, I am getting 6 lambda. What is the difference? Lambda, 7 lambda. What is the difference? 6 lambda. Why that difference is coming? Due to this sheet. Due to this sheet. How much is the additional optical path provided with this sheet? Mu minus 1 into t. So mu minus 1 into t is basically equal to 7 lambda minus lambda, which is 6 lambda. Now solve it. I need what? What I need? I need t. T comes out to be 6 lambda divided by mu minus 1. Mu is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 minus 1 comes out to be 12 lambda. 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2. That will go in the numerator. It will become 12 lambda. So the thickness of the sheet is coming out to be 12 lambda in this case. Yeah. Sir, in previous question, range was 6.4. You took 3.2. Range, what is this? Maximum range on horizontal ground. Which range? In which you can throw the particle. I am firing the particle in all the direction at all the angles. So the particle can reach from this point till this point. See this, the particle can reach from this point till this point. Now what is my range? This total. This total is the distance in which I can fire from this point. And that total distance is 6.4. So this 6.4 is actually twice of R. R is 3.2. 3.2. Are you able to understand this now? Please mention. Are you able to understand this concept now? Please mention in the comments. This was it. Therefore, I was saying that this was the logic in this question actually. This was the logic in this question. Sir, can you please explain magnetic moment question again? Beta, let us see that question again. Now you have to remember the formula for field on the axis and field on the equatorial line. For electric dipole, magnetic dipole, formulas are same. What is the formula for electric dipole on the axis? 2 kp by r cube. On the equatorial line it is, sorry, on the axial line it is 2 kp by r. On the equatorial line it is minus kp by r cube. So for this magnet, this point is on the axis. So in this direction 2 kp by r cube. 2 k, it is magnetic na, mu naught by 4 pi. Instead of p, m by r cube. For this point is on equatorial line, minus kp by r cube. So minus mu naught by 4 pi. Minus means downward direction, mu naught by 4 pi, m by r cube. These two are perpendicular to each other. I am taking vector resultant of this and this. Take mu naught by 4 pi m by r cube outside, root of 1 square into second square. So 2 square plus 1, that is 5. So here root 5 multiple is coming then. Okay. Next. Next question. Force is given, mass is given. Okay. Initially at origin. What is origin? The particle is initially at origin, acting for 2 seconds, give the final position. Okay, a particle is moving under this force. The particle was initially at origin, where the particle will be after 2 seconds. Initially at rest means initial velocity is 0. What is the acceleration? Force divided by mass. Force is a constant, na? So 5 I cap plus 2 j cap divided by 0.1 divided by 0.1. 1. So it will become 10 times in the numerator, 50 I cap plus 20 j cap. This is my acceleration. Is this acceleration constant? Yes. I can use the formula of uniform acceleration. Yeah. So my displacement is equals to ut plus half a t square. See this. U is 0 plus half. A is 50 I cap plus 20 j cap into t square. T is 2. 2 square is 4. 2 into 2. So this comes out to be 100 I cap plus 40 j cap. 100 I cap plus 40 j cap. So this will be the final position. Why? Because initially it was at origin. Displacement, I'll say final position minus initial position. This is origin. So this is 0. 0 I cap, 0 j cap. Clear? Clear? Okay. Next question. Next question. Two scenarios of a dipole present in two electric field. This is the first electric field. This is the second electric field. The dipoles in stable equilibrium in separate instant. Okay, this is separate instant. The time period of oscillations. Now, when a dipole is there in an electric field, how we write the time period of oscillation? If this is an electric field, let us take like this. This is my electric field. A dipole is there. Initially in stable equilibrium, you displace from the stable equilibrium at an angle theta p. How much is the torque? This theta is very small. Okay, torque is p cross e, pe sin theta. This torque we will write as theta is small, therefore my sin theta is nearly equals to theta. This is pe theta. This we write as I, moment of inertia I into alpha. Alpha we write as omega square theta. Theta gets cancelled. Omega comes out to be root of pe by I. And we say that the time period is 2 pi by omega, so root I by pe. This is how we say the time period. Okay, now this is the first case, this is the second case. What is changing? Moment of inertia is same in both the cases. What is electric field amplitude here? E naught. In the second case, it will be root of E naught square plus 2 E naught square plus 2 E naught square. That will become 3 E naught, because 4 plus 1 root will be 9, root will be 3. So this is 3 E naught. Here mod E2 is 3 E naught. Mod E1 is E naught. Take the time period ratios, T1 by T2. Time period is inversely proportional to electric field, root of electric field. So root of E2 divided by E1. This comes out to be root of 3 by 1. Root 3, that is first option. Clear? Root 3, that is first option. Next, electron, proton are accelerated with the same potential to achieve de Broglie wavelength lambda 1 and lambda 2. Mass of proton and mass of electrons are related like this. Then we need the ratio of lambda 1 by lambda 2. How we write lambda? The de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is equal to h divided by mass into velocity, momentum. I can write momentum in terms of kinetic energy. Yes, h divided by momentum is equal to root 2 into kinetic energy into mass. Now, when it is accelerated through a potential difference, I can write the kinetic energy as the potential difference into charge, like this. Now, take the ratio for that. Lambda 1 is for which? Electron, then for proton. So, lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to, what is same? H is same. Potential difference is also same because that is charge is also same, 2 is constant, only root of m is there, which is variable. So I can say lambda 1 by lambda 2 will be equal to root of m2 by m1. Okay, m2 by m1. m2 is mass of proton. Mass of proton is given as 1849 into mass of electron and divided by mass of electron. This is a root of 1849. How much is the root of 1849? I think it should be 43. It should be 43. So this comes out to be 43. That is second option. Easy? Yes, Manan, perfect. Okay, Tab, yeah, Devil. Good. All are doing the questions. Now next question. Simple kinematic question. The position of a particle changes as a function of time like this. This is how x is changing, this is how y is changing. Find velocity vector angle with x-axis at t is equal to 2 seconds. Now at t is equals to 2 second, if this is my, let us take Vx, okay, this is my Vy, the resultant velocity will come somewhat like this, theta, and I will say my tan theta is equals to Vx by Vy, sorry, Vy by Vx, Vy by Vx. So what I need Vy and I need Vx at t is equals to 2 second. Now let us find that. This is how x is changing. What is Vx? Vx is dx by dt. That comes out to be 54. What is Vy? dy by dt. Differentiate it. So 30 t minus 4. Okay, if you put if you differentiate, 2t differentiate, t square differentiation is 2t, t differentiation is 1, 3t minus 2. What is time? Time is equals to 2 seconds. So at t is equals to 2, Vx is 54 only, Vy will be 60 minus 4, that is 56, that is 56, 56. So Vy by Vx, so tan theta comes out to be 56 divided by 54. And if I how I can cancel them? So Vy was 56 and then 54. This is 13 into 4 into 13. No, not like that. It's not 52. This should be 52. No. Okay, anyways, 54. This is 28 and 27. 28 by 20. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking it is 13 by 15. It should be 52 then. Okay. Anyways, we got 28 by 27. What is JEE Advanced expected cutoff percentile for OBC NCL category, sir? We don't know. Let us see. Okay, we will discuss about that. Let us see. Find equivalent capacitance between point A and point B. Here C1, C2, C3 are equal. C1, C2 and C3. C3 is this. All are 1 microfarad and C2 is given as 2 microfarad. C4 is given as 2 microfarad. Okay. Okay, can we redraw this circuit again, because it looks like a bit complicated, but it is not actually. Let us say this is my terminal A. Now this C1 capacitor, these two are the terminals of capacitor C1. This terminal is connected with this terminal of C2. This other terminal is connected with this. It means C1 and C2 are in parallel. Yes, C1 and C2 are in parallel like this. I can show. Yes. Then I'll say C4 is between this terminal, this is my this terminal, and B. If I say this is my B here, so C4 is like this. C4 is like this, isn't it? Like from this terminal till and B, that is my C4 is connected between these two. Yes, it is like this. Now, where C3 is, one terminal of C3 is connected with A, another terminal is connected with B. So my C3 is like this. C3 is like this. Now solving this will become easy. Now see C1, C2, C3. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1, and C4, this is 2. Yeah. 1 and 1 in parallel, it is 2. 2 and 2 in series, that will be 1. So this whole becomes 1. 1 in parallel with 1, 2. So this is 2 microfarad. The resultant capacitance comes out to be 2 microfarad. Many of the students are saying option 4. No, it is not option 4. This is option 2. Please check your calculations. Again, I am repeating, 1, 1 in parallel 2, 2 in series with 2, 1, 1, 1 in parallel 2. So the option, the final answer comes out to be 2 microfarad, not the fourth one. Still students are saying option 4. No, it is option 2. Option 2 tab, please check your calculations. Shreya is also saying 4. No, it's 2. Okay, we did completed the physics part as of now. So more questions of physics will come. Meanwhile, I think yeah, Deependra sir is joining. So Deependra sir, it's over to you.
Once again, we are back with our mathematics section. So let's Once again, we are back with our mathematics section. So let's get started with these questions. Here is our next question from this series. I hope you can hear me properly, listen to me properly, and I'm clearly visible and audible. Great, great. Going ahead with this. Now here we go with this question. Area bounded by this curve. This is clearly a parabola. Here x is equals to minus 2y square. So a parabola which is opening on the left hand side because of this minus 2. So here you will have this parabola drawn somewhat like this because it will have its vertex at somewhere 0, 0, right? Everybody got this. Now from here I can clearly say this is negative, so opening left hand side. This could have been x is equals to minus 4y square, so that could have also had vertex at 0, 0, but 1 is added to it, which means it will be shifted. It will be shifted. 1 is added to what? I'm really sorry. It is x minus 1, let's say, for a while. So its vertex will be at 1, 0. So this curve is again going to be that same kind of a parabola, but this time this parabola could be somewhat like this because they are going to intersect, so let's say this is 1, 0, so this is where they intersect. So this is how these parabolas are drawn. Everyone comfortable with this, whatever figure or whatever shape I have drawn? Now what are we told? Area bounded by them. So when somebody asks you area bounded by them, I hope you're understanding this is your curve. X is equals to 1 minus 4y square, and this white one is your curve. X is equals to minus 2y square. Now first of all, I hope you can see symmetry will be there. They'll be symmetrical with respect to the x-axis. So all I need is I could find out this curve. I think the job will be done. So instead of integrating with respect to x, I think integration with respect to y will be better because curves are also given in terms of x. So upper curve minus lower curve, the curve on the right minus the curve on the left. Everybody getting this? So curve on the right is this one, which is 1 minus 4y square. So integration 1 minus 4y square minus of minus 2y square. I hope you are comfortable with this. This dy is needed to be done, but sir, you are missing one thing. Which thing? Sir, double is needed to be done because they are symmetrical, so double is needed to be done. You are still missing one thing. What is that thing? Sir, limits, lower limit and upper limit. So all I need is, I hope you are comfortable with this. From here, I hope you can clearly see I am going to put the values of y. So here, I hope you are understanding this to this. I hope you are getting it. So this point's y coordinate I need, and this point's y coordinate I think we already have. This is 0. Everybody is with me on this. Now this point, if I wish to verify, this and this will be same. So minus 2y square should be put equal to 1 minus 4y square. Everyone getting it? 4y square is brought here. 4y square is brought here. So it becomes what? 2y square. So here it gives you 2y square to be 1. Everyone getting it comfortably? So here what I get is y square. Y square is going to be what? Plus minus 1 by root 2. So this will be plus 1 by root 2, because here this point would have been minus 1 by root 2. Everyone getting it comfortably? All the participants? Yes, Entoroy, that's brilliant. So I think the job is done. Do you not know how to integrate it? And I hope integration is such a simple task, and after that you can put the limits and get the correct answer. Shall I do it, or will you do it by yourself? All the participants, I hope you will do it from here. It is easy and simple. So far whatever I have seen in this paper, it is absolutely doable. The whole paper was absolutely doable. When you look at this, this is a complex quadratic. Then we are told complex quadratic has roots, and then this is something they are asking. Such a silly, easy, simple question. First of all, let's call this, simplify this complex quadratic. So here it is z square plus 4z plus 16. If I wish to write z, Sridhar Acharya, I could use minus b plus minus under root over b square minus 4ac. So b square is what? 16 minus 4ac, so 4 into 16. I can write it like this. I hope you're comfortable with that. Divided by 2a. Divided by 2a. 2a, it will be 2. So this 16 comes out. This is 1 minus 4, which is minus root 3. So when 16 comes out, it will be 4, and minus root 3 will be root 3 iota. I hope you're getting it. So when this 2 cancels, this z you receive as minus 2 plus minus 2 root 3 iota. So I hope you are getting two values of z, z1 and z2. z1 is going to be what? Minus 2 plus 2 root 3 iota, and this will be minus 2 minus 2 root 3 iota. Now this says that z plus root 3 iota. I hope you are getting it. So with this, I'll be adding this root 3 iota, and I'll be adding this root 3 iota with this, and then I'll take the squares of their magnitudes and I'll add them because summation is needed to be done. So first of all, this one, when minus 2 plus 2 root 3 iota is added with root 3 iota, it will be minus 2 plus root 3 iota to root 3 iota. So that is 3 root 3 iota, and its magnitudes square is needed to be done plus, because of the summation, minus 2 root 3 iota plus root 3 iota, that is minus root 3 iota. So it will be minus 2 minus root 3 iota and its square is needed to be done. Is it even a question? Is it even a question from complex numbers? I'll say one of the easiest shifts of your JEE so far. Again, you know how to do it. X square plus y square, x square plus y square. So it will be 4 plus 3 square is 9, 9 into 3. 9 into 3 is 27 plus x square plus y square, that is 4, plus root 3 square is 3. And you can add this and get the final answer. Will you do that by yourself? Can I skip that part, all the participants? From here, when I move ahead and let's solve the next question. 3 distinct numbers are chosen at random from the first 31 natural numbers. So first 31 natural numbers, 1 to 31 are there. If the probability that the selected number arranged in increasing order, selected number arranged in increasing order, mind you the language, form an arithmetic progression. So it forms an AP. So any three numbers you can take, and when you take any three numbers, they are arranged in they can be arranged in ascending order in only one way. Let's say if I'm talking about the sample space, the denominator part of that probability. So here when I talk about this, everyone listen to this part very carefully. When I take any three number out of these 31 numbers, let's say I have taken 3, 7 and 9. So of course these three numbers can be arranged in ascending order in only one way. Smaller, greater, and the greatest. Everyone getting this? So with that, first of all, I have gotten this idea that out of these 31 numbers, 3 numbers can be chosen and arranged in ascending order in 31C3 ways. I hope you are not adding 3 factorial there. So the denominator will be 31C3 without any hesitation or doubt. Now pay attention to this part. When I wish to say that those 3 numbers are chosen, let's say 3 numbers are chosen, they are x, y, z. Let's say the 3 numbers which I have chosen are x, y, and z, and they should form an AP. So if they form an AP, we know the middle term is equal to the sum of other two extreme terms. I hope you know that, because this will be the arithmetic mean here. Everybody listening and understanding that. With that, what I say or do next is, I hope you all are clearly listening and understanding. All I'm saying is that here, now I have, please understand, this 2y will be even. So the LHS is even. So RHS, what choices do I have? If both are odd, because odd plus odd is even. So either both are odd or both are even, because now I cannot have even or odd. Now please understand, this is a standard case which you study when you solve questions based on sequence and series, that if I take any two numbers out of these 31 to 31, either both are odd or both are even. If I take any two numbers, then third number will automatically be taken or will get adjusted so that it becomes even. For example, any two odd I take, let's say I have taken 15 and 17. So two odd numbers I have taken. So this 15 and 17 I'm taking as x and z. So automatically y will be taken in such a manner that they will form an AP. So either any two numbers odd I'll take, or either any two even I take. The third number y will automatically get adjusted and it will form an AP. So my question, the numerator part, the favorable cases boil down to which part? The fact that out of these 31 numbers, I take any two odd numbers or any two even numbers. So odd numbers will be taken out of all the odd numbers only. Even numbers will be taken out of all the even numbers only. So first of all, how many numbers are they? So they are 31 numbers. They are 31 numbers. I hope no confusion on that. So in these 31 numbers, how many are even, how many are odd? So 2, 4, 6 till 30. I hope you're understanding. 15 numbers are even and the remaining 16 are odd. Getting it or not, everyone? So out of these 15, if I choose any two, I'll be having two even numbers, and with those two even numbers, third number will automatically be chosen in such a manner that XYZ will be forming an AP. Are you getting that? And similarly, out of these 16 odd numbers, any two numbers can be chosen in 16C2 ways, and again, it will be forming an AP. Give me a quick update on this. Everybody understood the numerator part. Now, do you not know how to solve this? You know 15C2, you know 16C2, you know 31C3. You simplify this, write it, compare it with A by B, where A and B must be co-prime, of course, and then you do A plus B. Can you do that part by yourself? Just give me a quick update in the chat box. Will you do this part by yourself, the calculation part, the conceptual part, if you were not aware of? This is how you do it. I hope you're comfortable with that, but I hope this is now you are very much clear with. Can I move ahead from here? Let's solve the next question from here. Again, when they give you questions based on shortest distance, they do give you something decent, or they do give you something more on that. But this is a straightforward question where you simply got to apply the shortest distance formula between skew lines, because they are clearly not parallel, right? So here, how do I do that? I hope you remember, this is your A1, the point through which the line passes. This is your A2. So first of all, I will be finding A2 minus A1. So Advaita is saying, sir, can you explain again? Which part, Advaita? Which part? Be more specific. So I'll be first of all finding A2 minus A1. So when I wish to find A2 minus A1, this minus this, what I'll do? So minus 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3, that is minus 3 by 3, that is minus iota. Comfortable, everyone? Then j cap is not there, so it will be minus 2 j cap. I hope no confusion on that. Minus 1 by 3 minus 8 by 3, that is minus 9 by 3. So that will be minus 3 k cap. So I have gotten A2 minus A1. Now what I'll need next is that if this vector is, let's say, P, and if this vector is Q, then we need P cross Q. I hope you do remember that. So the numerator part. Advaita, all I'm saying is that here, if three numbers are there, X, Y, Z, they are needed to be formed and they need to form an AP. In that case, X plus Z will be 2Y. Y, whatever it is, 2Y will make it even. So LHS is always even. So RHS should also be even, which means either they should be odd and odd or even and even. So now it's simply whether you take any two numbers out of these 15 available even numbers or any two numbers out of these 16 odd numbers, you will always get an AP. You take any two numbers, I will ensure that it is an AP. You give me any two odd numbers, any two odd numbers. Let's say I have taken 7 and let's say 13. So 7 and 13 you have chosen. 7 plus 13, that is how much? 20. 20 by 2, that is clearly 10. So the middle term will be y. So this is x, this is z, what you have chosen. Y automatically gets adjusted in such a manner that it forms an AP. Did you get that? So it's simply a matter of choosing either any two odd numbers or any two even numbers that will be always be forming an AP for you. Now coming back to this question, we have gotten P cross Q. So P cross Q will be I cap, J cap, K cap. What is P? Vector P is this. This is 2, minus 5 and 6. And what is Q? Q is again 0, 1 and minus 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I will be forming or I'll be getting P cross Q. Everyone with me on this? So here P cross Q is going to be what? P cross Q I'll be writing here. P cross Q is going to be, now I cap will be 5 minus 6. Everyone with me on this? So it will be minus I cap. Then J cap will be minus 2, 0. So it will be 2 J cap. Then K cap will be 2 minus 0. So that is again 2 K cap. So I think we have P cross Q as well. So I hope you know that A2 minus A1's projection on P cross Q is your shortest distance. I hope you do remember that. So my shortest distance will be A2 minus A1 dot P cross Q whole divided by modulus of P cross Q. Do you remember that? That's the formula for shortest distance. So that formula I'm going to apply. So which space shall I use? I'll simply replicate it and use it somewhere else. Where should I use it? I'll be using it here. I hope you're comfortable with that. So A2 minus A1, that's your this vector. So this dot this, it will be what? Minus 1, that's 1. Then minus 2, 2, that's minus 4. Then minus 3, 2, that's clearly minus 6 and modulus of it divided by mod of P cross Q. So mod of P cross Q, I hope you're understanding. 1, 4, 4, that is 9 and root 9 is 3. And this will be 10 minus 1, that is 9. So 9 by 3 is 3. Option B will be the correct answer. Is this shift clearly not the easiest shift you could have had? That's brilliant, students. That's good. That's great. With this, again, if you ask me 3D, so far I have been saying that from 3D they give you simple questions. They are straightforward formula based. But what you got to do is you got to do a lot of calculation. But look at this question. Is this question not simply the easiest one? Again, focus on this question. This is the image of this with respect to this line. Can you believe this? So 2 points are given and P and Q, let's say, are the P is the image of Q with respect to this line. So midpoint of PQ will lie on that line. Is it not such a simple question? Midpoint of PQ will lie on that line. So first of all, midpoint of this. So 2 alpha plus 1 plus alpha, that is 3 alpha plus 1 by 2, comma. Alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 2 alpha, that is alpha square minus alpha by 2. And alpha minus 1 by 2, alpha minus 1 by 2 plus 1 whole by 2. So this will be alpha minus 1 plus 2, which is alpha plus 1 by 4. So alpha plus 1 by 4. This is the midpoint of this and this. And this is the midpoint of this and this. So it must satisfy the equation of the line. So there is some decent calculation. But yes, you got to solve this question. This question is not tough, devil. So with that, I'll say that simple logic needed to be applied. Tough, it is not. Lengthy, it could be said. So x minus 2. So 3 alpha plus 1 it will be 3 alpha plus 1 by 2 minus 2 by 3 should be equal to alpha square. Instead of this, let me take this one because z part is simple. So it will be alpha plus 1 by 4 by 1. So I'm taking this part and this part instead of this part. Then the possible values of alpha are okay. So it is asking you the possible values of alpha. So I got to take this y part as well because with that I'll be seeing that quadratic coming into picture and I may have some more roots, right? So with that y minus 1, what is y? It is alpha square minus alpha by 2 minus 1 by 2. Now from here, can I skip that part and simply say that you solve this and this? You solve this and this, you get the value of alpha. Sir, was there 2 questions on 3D? Yes, you can clearly see 2 questions on 3D. And then I'll solve this and this and I get the values of alpha. With that, you take the intersection because alpha should be common in all these values. I hope you're getting it. This and this when equated, you get the values of alpha. And this and this when equated, get the values of alpha. And with that, you get the final answer. So I'm skipping that part because you know how to simplify this. And you know how to simplify this and you get the value of alpha. Will you do that by yourself? Can I skip that calculation part? Just give me a quick update on that. If you are not able to do so, just write in the comment. I'll definitely get that part also done. Will you do that by yourself from here, students? Now let's focus on the next question. Consider a right angle triangle ABC inscribed in a parabola x square is equals to 16y. So the moment you see the parabola x square is equals to 16y, let's say for a while, I hope you're comfortable with this. Y square is equals to, x square is equals to 4ay, you can say, but simply such that 8 comma 4 is the vertex of a right angle. So there is a triangle ABC inscribed, which means all the three sides of this triangle are here on this, let's say A, B and C. This is what we are given. And which vertex? 8 comma 4 is the vertex of right angle. So let's say B is where you are having the right angle. So 8 comma 4 is here. Everyone comfortably understanding this, all the participants. Now with that, what I do next is I'll simply do this part that here, can I take any point parametrically on this parabola? So if I wish to take any point parametrically on this parabola, I'll say if I take x square is 16y, so x will be plus minus 4y. Or rather, which I should take, if I take x as a, so I think x can be taken as t. So if I'm taking x as t1, so this will be t1 square by 16. So this will be t1 square by 16, comfortable with that. And similarly here for c, I am taking t2. So x, if I'm taking as t2, so y will be t2 square by 16, comfortable everyone, all the participants. So that's your triangle ABC. Now what are we told? We are now told that here the vertex, the eccentricity of the locus of the centroid. So this will have a centroid. And centroid is going to be what? H comma k. Undoubtedly it will be h comma k, which will be what? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. I hope you're comfortable with that. So here what I do is h comma k will be the centroid. So here if I wish to write h comma k, I hope you're understanding, h will be this plus this by 3. So can I say that here 3h is going to be 8 plus t1 plus t2, comfortable with this data, students? And 3k here will be, rather than this, can I say here set t1 plus t2 will be 3h minus 8. If you are comfortable with this, t1 plus t2 will be 3h minus 8. Similarly, t1 square by 16 plus 4 plus t2 square by 16 will be 3k. So I'm writing the second data, which is t1 square by 16 plus t2 square by 16. So can I write that 16 here? Plus 4 will be 3k. Everyone with me on this? So with this, what I'll do is 3k minus 4 will be, so t1 square plus t2 square here will be 3k minus 4 into 16. So this is 16 into 3k minus 4. Give me a quick update on this. Everybody with me on this, or shall I repeat this? All I'm saying is 3k minus 4 into 16 will be t1 square plus t2 square. Everybody with me on this? Yes. Now that's exactly what I'll do, Vedant. That's brilliant. Exactly. That's perfect. Bingo. So here, what I'll do is, we know one thing, that AB and BC are perpendicular. So slope of AB into slope of BC will be -1, because I got to get rid of this T1 and T2 because they are the parametrical points. So I got to establish a relationship between H and K. So here, if I do this, what part, students? Here, I'll take the product of the slopes. I'll take the product of the slopes. So I hope you're understanding. Slope of AB times slope of BC should be -1. With that, what do I get next is, I hope you're understanding, slope of AB. So that's a little tricky part. I hope you're paying attention to that. Y1 minus Y2. So it will be T1 square by 16 minus 4 upon x2 minus x1. So that is T1 minus 8. This is the slope of AB. Slope of BC, if I wish to write, it will be T2 square by 16. It will be T2 square by 16 minus what? Minus 4 divided by same T2 minus 8. Give me a quick confirmation on that. And this should be -1. This should be -1. Let's do this Kala Kaddu here. Let's see whether you get it with this approach or not. And I'm going to share something really interesting here. Possibly, I may not tell you the answer here, because answer will be 1 first of all, because when I solved this, when I got this question and solved this, I finally, after solving this, got it to be a parabola. And for parabola, you don't need to find eccentricity. It is always 1. So answer was 1 first of all. Now, if I go ahead with this, first of all, pay attention to this part. I'll be simplifying this. But when I start simplifying this, what is it going to be? First of all, T1 minus 8, T2 minus 8, can I take them there? So if I take them there, here, what do I get here? Pay attention to that part. It will be T1 square minus, it will be T1 square minus 4 into 16, that is 64. So it will be 64 into, this will be T2 square, this will be T2 square minus 64 is equal to T1 minus 8, T2 minus 8. So it is equal to T1 minus 8 into T2 minus 8. Comfortable with this? And of course, there is a minus sign over here. Comfortable with this? Now comes the challenging part. There is some calculation involved in this and you've got to go through this. Otherwise, it cannot be done. So calculation is there. How do I simplify this? Can I simplify this with some other method? No. So here, when I start simplification, can I use some substitution? No. Even yes, we are going something really decent out of this. Why did I not notice it? I hope you're getting it. You need not do this. First of all, yes, it is getting simplified. 16 into 4 is 64. So this is getting factorized. I'm repeating it. T1 square minus 64 divided by 16 into T1 minus 8. So yes, it can be done. And there it will be T2 square minus 64 divided by 16 times T2 minus 8, and that is given as -1. Now pay attention to that. A square minus B square, A minus B. Can you see that? A square minus B square, A minus B. So in the numerator, I'll be left with A plus B. So in the numerator, I'll be left with A plus B, which means T1 plus 8 here. And here, it will be T2 plus 8. Everyone getting that? Everyone? All the participants. And there, 16 and 16 you're left with, which you receive as 16 square, which is 256, but with a minus sign. Now I'm going to simplify this. T1 plus 8, T2 plus 8. So it will give me T1, T2. It will give me T1, T2. Then 8 T1 plus 8 T2. So 8 I take common and I skip or replace it by T1 plus T2. And there 8 into 8 is what? 8 into 8 is 64. 64 I push there on the other side. So minus 256 plus 64. 56 plus 4 is 60. 260 plus 60. That is 320, I believe so. So it should be minus 320. Correct me if I'm wrong. 260 plus 60, that's 320. Now T1, T2 we don't have. We don't have T1, T2. I think we do have. We do have T1, T2. Because here, when I square this, T1 plus T2 whole square I do. So I'll have T1 square plus T2 square plus 2 T1, T2. And from that, if I subtract this, T1 square plus T2 square, T1 square plus T2 square, then I'll be left with 2 T1 T2. So I hope you have this. This is this square of 3h minus 8. So square of 3h minus 8 minus T1 square plus T2 square is 16. 16 times 3k minus 4. So this you receive as 2 T1 T2. So what will be the value of T1 T2? What will be the value of T1 T2? Can I remove this part? I think I can, because will I need it somewhere else again? I don't think so. Or rather, I'll again create a replica of it so that we don't mess much with the data and we have the data here. So what I do next is I'll remove this part. I hope you are comfortable with this. Then pay attention to this part. This of course was a lengthy again. So questions are lengthy in maths. You got to understand that part. So with that, what I have is 2, 2, 2. 2 is not there. So here T1 plus T1 T2 you receive this, which is divided by 2. I hope you're getting it. Now T1 T2, when you have received from here, that T1 T2 you receive or substitute here. T1 plus T2 you already have. And then you finally get an equation in H and K. Kala Kaddu, are you understanding? Are you there? The one who was saying that I did not get this. So ultimately, all I'm saying is T1 plus T2 you already know. T1, T2 you were not aware of, but I think we have cracked T1, T2 as well, because this will be the value of T1, T2 divided by 2. So we have T1 plus T2, we have T1, T2. When I substitute that value, this value and this value here, I'll finally get an equation, and that equation will be an equation of a parabola. And I hope you know what to do with a parabola. For parabola, ultimately you'll get an equation in h and k. That will be the equation of parabola when you replace h by x and y by k. And for parabola, we know the eccentricity is 1. So I'm not solving that part. That part I'm skipping. I hope you are comfortable with that. From here, when I solve the next question, there we move towards the next question. What is it? Again, the quadratic expression, this has two positive roots. So alpha and beta both are positive. So I hope you're understanding. Sum of the roots will be positive. Product of the roots will be positive. But for that, the discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. If the roots are positive, first of all, roots must exist. So discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. And then sum of the roots and product of the roots will also be positive. So first of all, discriminant. Discriminant means what? B square minus 4ac. B square is what? 9 lambda square minus 4 into 4, that is 16. That is 16 into lambda plus 2. And this should be greater than or equal to 0. Let me recheck it. 9 lambda square, then 4ac. So 4 into lambda plus 2. Now when you simplify this, this becomes what? 9 lambda square minus 16 lambda minus 32 greater than or equal to 0. Now can you help me in splitting this? Can you help me in splitting this? Can this be splitted here? I have 32 and 9. I have 32 and 9. 32 is 2 to the power 5. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. And this is what? This is what? 9, which is 3 into 3. So can we get the difference as 16? Can we get the difference as 16? So just quickly tell me, if anyone is watching sincerely, do write me the splitted term so that we can get the answer very quickly. 9 into 2 is 18 and this is 16. So 18 and 16 don't give you 16. But if I go ahead, 9 into 2 is 18. 18 into 2 is what? 18 into 2 is 36. And 36 and this is what? 8. 36 and 8 don't give you. So this is not working. With that, let me try some more. So I take 2, 2, 2 and this 3 and this 2 and this 2 and this 3. So with that, what do I get? 8 into 3, that's 24. And this is how much? 4 into 3, that's 12. That gives you 12. Can it be splitted? Give me a quick update. 2 aa raha hai. Can it be splitted? Anyone who's watching it sincerely? Yes, this is not based on technically location of roots, but you don't have to apply the more nuances of location of roots. So can someone help me with the splitting the middle term? I am not able to do it. So with that, if I try some more variants, some more versions, what do I get here? I think I have tried a lot with this. What shall I try? If I take, of course, 32 and 9 is not 16. No, it is not. It is not giving me 16. It is not giving me 16. So I think we got to solve this. So discriminant not equal to 0. No, discriminant should not be equal to 0. It is not splitting. Okay, thank you so much, Vedant. Thank you so much, students. So it cannot be splitted. So first of all, let's assume it will have two roots. So let me find its two roots. So it is again heavy in terms of calculation. It will be two roots, which means lambda will be minus b, which is 16, plus minus under root over b square. So 16 square is again 256 minus 4ac. So 4 into 9 into 32. Oh my God, 4 into 9 is 36. So this is 36 into 32. Very heavy in terms of calculation, divided by 2a. So 9 into 2 is 18. I hope you are getting it. So shall I tell you the approach instead of the whole calculation part? Sir, it is greater than 0. Yes. So with that, this is what you get. 9 into 32 will not do the job, Dhanush, because 32 minus 9 is how much? 32 minus 9 is not 16. So yes, that can also not be done. It cannot be splitted. So with that, this is going to be the value of lambda. 36 plus 32. Can you quickly help me with this calculation? 36 plus 32 with 256. I hope I can take the approximate value here. So let me quickly do that part. So here, when I do this part, which part, students? 256 here, 256 plus 36 into 32, 36 into 32. Give me a moment, students. 36 into 32, 1152 plus 256, that is 1408, and 1408's square root I don't think exists. So I cannot take the square root of 1408. Square root, where do we have square root? 0.08. No, it will be approximately 37.52. So this is 16 plus minus 37.52. So this is heavy in terms of calculation, very heavy in terms of calculation. This when added to 16, this when added to 16 and then divided by 18, then approximately 2.9. So one of the roots will be approximately 2.9. Pay attention to that part. And then the next root will be, what was the value here again? I forgot this. If it is 16, then from 16, if I subtract 37.5, and if I divide it by 18, it will be minus 1.1. So it will be minus 1.1. So these you cannot calculate, of course. So let's say one of the roots is alpha and the other root is beta. So this is how you write it. First of all, everybody with me on this? Everybody with me on this? No confusion on that, I believe so. From here, pay attention to this part. This is your quadratic. So when this quadratic is splitted, it will be x minus alpha, x minus beta. So the smaller root is beta, that I'm writing first. This greater root is alpha, that I'm writing later. So if it is positive, that will be happening before the smaller root and after the greater root. So before the smaller root means what? X should be, from here I can conclude that x should be less than equal to minus 1.1 approximately, and or x should be greater than equal to 2.9. X should be greater than equal to 2.9. Everybody getting that? I hope there is no confusion on that. So this is the first conclusion which we receive. Second conclusion will be alpha plus beta, that is the sum of the roots. Alpha plus beta, that is the sum of the roots. So if I talk about alpha plus beta, that is the sum of the roots, minus b upon a. So this is 3 lambda upon lambda plus 2. Everybody getting that? So this should be positive, and along with this and this and this. So and product of the roots, that is alpha beta, c upon a. So that should be 4 upon lambda plus 2. That should also be positive. Everybody with me on this, all the participants? So from here, when I move ahead, what I see next is, I hope it is absolutely doable. That part is easy. So here if I apply split, the part where lambda minus 0, lambda minus 2, so minus 2 and 0. So here lambda should be either less than minus 2 or lambda should be greater than 0. I hope you are comfortable with this. And here lambda plus 2 should be positive, which means here you say lambda should be greater than minus 2. So now you find the intersection. Sir, lambda 4 should come instead of 4. I did not get that. Just one. I think this is what I'm getting. So I'm getting x here. No, it's not x, it's lambda first of all. So let me write it as lambda. This was lambda, this was also lambda. So now you take the intersection. Intersection of this, and that will give you the final answer. So let me take the intersection on the number scale. That finally gives us the final answer. Everyone comfortably understanding that? So with that, what to do I get here? Minus 1.1. So there is minus 1.1. And I need all the values less than minus 1.1. So this will be this. Plus 2.9. So there I have 2.9 plus 2.9, and I need all the values greater than plus 2.9. I hope you got that. Now from here, what I have next is lambda should be less than minus 2. So the second conclusion says lambda should be less than minus 2. Where is minus 2? I think here I'll have minus 2. So it says lambda should be less than minus 2 or greater than 0. So I'll have 0 here, somewhere here. So or greater than 0. So this will be the other case. The third case is lambda should be greater than minus 2. The third case is lambda should be greater than minus 2. Lambda should be greater than minus 2, which means what? This, I am seeing some problem here with this question. Because with that, the number of possible integral values of lambda, I am finding them to be infinite. Because there also it is found to be positive. Am I making any mistake here, students? Everybody with me on this? Let me just check this part. Lambda will be either, this is positive, which means lambda will be either less than minus 2 or greater than 0, right? And with this, lambda should be greater than minus 2. I hope I'm getting it. Lambda plus 2 should be yes. So I think there is some correction with the data, or there is some correction with this equation as well, because this part was terribly tough. So I think this question needs some correction because this is memory based paper, whatever we could arrange here. But I think there is something wrong with this question, the data, especially this part where we solved this part. So this needs to be rephrased. When I visit it next time, maybe after Gaurav sir and Sumit sir, I'll definitely redo it and I'll get it done. But right now, this looks difficult. Now let's focus on this question. Find the maximum value of 16 sin x by 2 cos cube x by 2. So whether it is x by 2 or x, it doesn't matter. Sir, 4 lambda hoga. Where are you saying 4 lambda? Where are you saying 4 lambda? I'm not getting it. Where are you saying 4 lambda? Which part are you saying should be 4 lambda? This one? This should be 4 lambda? Is it what you're saying? So alpha beta product of the root c upon a. So 4 upon lambda plus 2. This is 3 lambda upon lambda plus 2. So if it is 4 lambda, I think then it may change, but I'll get it verified. Equation is wrong. Mahesh, where is the equation wrong? Can you tell me that? Question might be wrong. Yes, Antoroy, I'm thinking question could be wrong. Are you saying the constant term will be 4 lambda? If I go ahead with that, if I take constant term to be 4 lambda, then it changes a lot. It changes a lot because with that, here also, it will be either this or that, and with that it changes. But let me get it confirmed from my end, then I'll come back to this. But there is some correction in this question, or maybe some correction here. If I now move or replace x by 2 by theta for a while to make it simpler, to make our calculation simpler. So first of all, I'm taking x by 2 as theta. So our expression, or let's say the function f theta, even the 16 I'll talk about later. So our expression becomes sine theta into cos cube theta. Everyone getting this? So to find maximum and minima, the best thing I should do is I'll start differentiating it. Although you can say that set multiplied by 2 sine theta cos theta becomes sine 2 theta, or cos square theta stays there and then you write it as something else. That method is there, but I'm using a simpler method where I'm finding f dash theta. So I'll use product rule. F dash theta here will give you what? First function, so sine theta is cos theta. Second function as it is, so it is cos theta to the power 4 plus first function as it is, which is sine theta, and the derivative of second function. So as per the chain rule, it will be 3 cos square theta, and the derivative of cos theta will be minus sine theta. So it will be minus sine theta, which is minus sine square theta, like this. And we put it equal to 0 to find the critical points. We put it equal to 0. So with that, what I have is, if I take cos square theta common here, I'll be left with cos square theta minus 3 sine square theta. Everyone comfortably understanding this? So two roots I get. One of the roots is cos square theta to be 0. I put it equal to 0. So one of the roots is cos theta, I put as 0. And second root is cos square theta minus 3 sine square theta 0, which means sine square theta upon cos square theta, that is tan square theta, we receive as 1 by 3, which means tan theta I receive as plus minus 1 by root 3. Now pay attention to this part. If cos theta is 0, if I put cos theta is 0, so if I put cos theta is 0, f theta becomes 0. So one of the values of f theta will be 0. Now we'll check whether it could be maximum or minimum. Here, when I talk about the next value could be simply this, that here you try tan theta is plus minus 1 by 3. So if tan theta is plus minus 1 by 3, there I conclude that theta will be either plus 30 degree or minus 30 degree, which means it should be either plus pi by 6 or minus pi by 6. So I'll check it for plus pi by 6 and minus pi by 6. So there, if I check it for plus pi by 6 means 30 degree. I hope you're understanding. So we know sine 30 is 1 by 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2's cube. Cube of root 3 by 2. I think this is definitely greater than this. So I will instead try this value, and this will be its maximum value. So we have found the maximum value of this, and then whatever is asked related to this, you could have done that. I hope everybody understood this, all the participants. Now I think I'm done with these questions. Let me see whether I have received few more questions or not. Otherwise, I think we'll hand it over to either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir. So let me check it. I think I don't have any further questions, which I'll discuss later. So I think let me hand it over to Sumit sir or Gaurav sir. So let me see who's ready. Yes, that can also be done, Vedant. That can also be done. 0 to pi. So I have taken that range only. From 0 to pi only we have pi by 6. So nothing wrong with that. That particular consideration I have kept there in that. No worries with that. So I am ending. Let me write it here so that either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir joins. If anyone is available, I think we can move ahead with that. Okay, great.
Let us see what all questions are asked in physics. So I hope I'm audible to you all. So let us see which all things were asked in physics. Now till now we have discussed many questions. Now another set of questions I am having. Yeah. Now these wait a second. These all questions. Yeah, till here we had done. Now we need to move to this question. And this is another simple question, by the way. So let us discuss this question. For two samples O2, H2, VRMS are same if temperature is same. How we relate VRMS? The RMS speed. VRMS is equals to root of 3RT divided by M. Now if temperature is same, VRMS will not be same because it depends on molar mass also. So I'll say this assertion is incorrect. Reason: average molar kinetic energy of H2 and O2 are same if their temperatures are same. Average molar kinetic energy means the internal energy, that is the kinetic energy. How we write the internal energy? NCV into T. This is how we write. Now these both are diatomic. These both are diatomic. Okay, these both are diatomic, means CV is same. If temperature is same, kinetic energy will be same. Yes, it will be same. So I'll say reason is correct. So assertion is incorrect and reason is correct. Fourth option is the correct answer. Now next, magnetic field component of an EM wave. Magnetic field component of EM wave is given like this. Find the electric field. Now these type of questions are multiple times asked and every year they are asked. So we need to write the electric field. How we write? This thing will remain as it is. So I will write sine of 2 pi Vt minus kx. This thing is as it is. Now what is the amplitude of electric field? E is equals to E naught is equals to B naught into C. This is how we relate the two amplitudes. C is speed of the wave. Okay, what is speed? Omega by k. So I can write this as omega by k. B naught into omega. Omega is this 2 pi mu. So 2 pi mu divided by k. K is this omega by k. So I'll write it here. So this is B naught 2 pi mu by k. This is the amplitude. What is the direction of oscillation? My wave is going along positive x direction. Wave is going along positive x direction means wave is going like this. Magnetic field is oscillating along j cap. So this is my B. Okay, this is the direction of velocity. E cross B is the direction of velocity. Where should be E? E, okay, cross B. E cross B, isn't it? Wait a minute. E cross B, yeah. If I do like this, it is along negative. So it means it should be negative of z axis. Cross B, it will be positive y axis. So my electric field should oscillate inside the plane like this along k cap, and it is minus k cap actually. Okay, so minus of k cap, isn't it? The wave is going positive x direction, magnetic field is along j cap, so E cross B will come out to be in positive direction. So this whole with minus k cap. So the options are having lambda. Where is lambda? Lambda is not given in the question, by the way. Okay, I think 2 pi by k part they are using as lambda. Yes. So if I write this in terms of lambda, so this whole I can say it is B naught into lambda into mu. B naught into lambda into mu. This whole as it is minus of k cap. This is minus of k cap. Fourth option is coming out to be correct. Here lambda should have mentioned, I don't know, this is a memory based question by the way. Okay, got it. Next question. Biconvex lens is made up of material of refractive index mu. Find the ratio of f by r. Now here we have to use lens maker formula. 1 by f is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Both are r, so this it will become 2 by r like this. I need the ratio of f by r. So f by r comes out to be 1 divided by 2 into mu minus 1. 2 into mu minus 1 f by r. 1 divided by what is mu? Mu is 1.4 minus 1 is 0.4. Okay, so this is 1 by 2 into 4 divided by 10. 2 into 5. So this comes out to be 5 by 4, which is option 4th. Is this clear? Is this clear? Yeah. Next, in the given circuit, a Zener diode voltage is 10 volt. It means across this, it is 10 volt. If the power loss in resistance R is, in this resistance, power is given as 0.5 watt. What is this voltage drop across this resistance? Total is 25, here it is 10, so remaining is 15 volt, that is across this R. So potential across this I know, power across this I know, can I find R? Yes, I know power is equals to V square by R. So R is equals to V square divided by P. What is V square? 15 into 15, 15 into 15 divided by power 0.5. 0.5. So this is 15 into 15 into 2, that is 2 to 5 into 2, which is 450. 450 ohm. That is our second option. Clear? Zenadad question, fundamental question. Next question. Set of polarizers are given below. Unpolarized light falls with intensity I naught. Find value of I1 by I2. Angle marked are with reference line. Okay, with the reference line these angles are marked. These are the polarizers like this, inclined at a particular angle like this. So what is the intensity ratio I1 by I2? So here intensity is I naught. This is unpolarized light. When unpolarized light will pass through a polarizer, intensity will become half. Doesn't matter what is the angle. So this is I naught by 2. Here it will be I naught by 2 cos square theta, angle between the two. How much is that? 60 degree. So I naught by 2 cos square 60 means I naught divided by 8. Then here it is I naught. It will be half of I naught by 2. Then I naught by 2 cos square theta. What is this angle here now? Between these two is 30 degree. So this will become I naught by 2 cos square 30. Now what is this angle? Again this is 30. So here it will become I naught by 2 cos square 30 into cos square 30. So cos to the power 430. What is this? I naught by 2 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 to the power 4. Root 3 to the power 4 divided by 2 to the power 4. How much it is? 3 into 3, 9 I naught. 9 I naught divided by 32. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is 16. Okay. And then into 2 is 32. This is my I1 and I2. If I find the ratio I1 by I2, this will 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 9 by 32. Four by 9. Second option. Clear? Okay. Next question. A current carrying coil is oriented in a way that axis of the coil is at 30 degree with the existing magnetic field, which is this. Number of turns in the coil is this. Current in the coil is 1 ampere is flowing through. The area of the coil is this. Find the torque. How we write torque? Torque is equals to M cross B, which is MB sine theta. What is M? NIA B sine 30 sine theta. Okay, now put the values. What is N? What is N? N is, where is N? 125. 125 into what is I? I is 1 into what is area? Area of the coil is 2 centimeter square. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. What is the magnetic field? Magnetic field is 0.4. 0.4 into sine of 30. Sine 30, I'm just directly putting it 1 by 2. This, then what else? What else? Okay, 125 into 4 will be 500. 125 into 4 is 500. So this will become 50 into 10 to the power minus 4. 50 into 10 to the power minus 4 means what? 0.005. Yeah, 0.005. Third option. Yeah, isn't it? 5 into 10 to minus 3, that is 0.005. Yes. Okay. At what height h from the surface of Earth, gravitational field is 1 by 9th at the surface. Means here it is G, here it should be G by 9. G by 9 means the distance from the center should be equals to 3r, isn't it? Because I know G dash will be equals to Gm divided by r square. So when it will be 3r, okay, this is my G by 9, G by 9. So my r square comes out to be 9 times of radius of Earth. Okay, r comes out to be 9 times of r square. Okay, r square is, so this comes out to be 3r. So this distance is 3r, so the height will be 2r. This height will be h, which is 2r. So h by r comes out to be 2. Easiest question here. Next question. An ideal liquid is flowing through a pipe having different cross section as shown. Okay, we'll use equation of continuity. A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. Area is pi r square. So R1 square V1 is equals to R2 square V2. This is the relation we are getting. R1, R2 is there, V1, V2, we need to find V1. So V1 is equals to R2 by R1 whole square into V2. What is R2 by R1? R2 by R1 is 2. So 2 square into, what is V2? V2 is 50 centimeter per second. So this comes out to be 200 centimeter per second. 200 centimeter per second. V1 comes out to be 200 centimeter per second. Simplest of the questions from equation of continuity. Next question, the magnetizing field intensity in a region having magnetic field 4 Tesla and relative permeability in the region is this. Find the value of x. How we relate, by the way, the magnetic field and magnetizing field intensity means B and H. This is my H. B is equals to mu into H. We know this. B is equals to mu R into mu naught into H. This is how we write. So what is H? H is equals to B divided by mu R into mu naught. What is B? 4 Tesla. 4 divided by, what is mu R? 20 into, what is mu naught? Mu naught by 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7. So this is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Yeah. So this will become 4 into 5. So this is 1 by 20 pi into 10 to the power 7. 1 by 20 pi. So x comes out to be 20. X comes out to be 20. Okay guys. Another, the last statement type question. A conductor has no free electrons inside it. First statement. Now conductor has free electron. When you apply electric field, they move. So conductor has free electrons, okay, which takes place in the conduction. This is wrong. First statement is incorrect. Second, if free charge carriers are placed between the plates of capacitor, they experience a force and drift under the influence of electric field. Yes, that will happen. If you place a free charge, that force will be there because electric field is there. That force will be electric field into charge. So force will come. If force will come, drift will come. This is true. I'll say A is false and R is true. A is false and R is true. Fourth option we are having here. A is false and R is true. Yeah. Okay guys. So we have completed the physics portion and now I will invite Gaurav sir to take the rest of the questions of chemistry, and let us see if Gaurav sir is ready. Okay, Gaurav sir is ready. So I'm ending. So Gaurav sir, it's over to you. I think Gaurav sir is not there. Just a second.
Yes, guys. So, welcome back. I hope you had a very sound discussion. I hope it will be helping you as you want this to actually serve, because this is the time where the real discussion, the real questions are dealt with, and we are deliberately making a point of not only giving answers but for all those students that who are coming over here with an intention ki kuch samajh mein bhi aayega. So obviously we are also trying our level best that not to solve question but to actually make you understand that what is asked and how come you make a way out, even if you're not very much comfortable with the content, but still with the discussion maybe you can gel with the theory as well. So that is what our intentions are, beta. Chalo. So let's start. Waiting for chemistry. Aditya, I was also waiting for you, my friend. Good evening. JEE7 Universe. This is my first year. Okay, perfect, beta. Tejas, perfect. Now, okay. Chalo beta, let us start with the discussion. I guess I have a lot of questions for you now. So let us start discussing those questions one by one. I mean, yes, chemistry, if you just leave some physical chemistry part, for some physical chemistry questions were requiring calculations. So we'll not be doing calculations. You will be doing calculations, but we'll be learning the logics. Chalo. Perfect. 5 something था इसमें option. अच्छा 5 something. Okay, you are saying 50 नहीं था 5 था. Okay, let it be. Calculation, you have to do whatever you'll do will definitely give you the correct answer. The traditional question, guys, the traditional question. KRS method is all the time asked, but now it is not of silver halide, it is for barium sulfate. So just do the stoichiometry. So but molecular mass we have to calculate? No. Students said that they even gave the molecular mass of this PPT. So organic compound having sulfur is treated so that all the sulfur is precipitated in form of BaSO4. Do the stoichiometry for barium sulfate. If I had 233 gram of BaSO4, which is the molecular mass, I will be having one sulfur. One sulfur will have what weight, beta? Unitary method, 32 gram sulfur. So if I would be having a precipitate that is 1 gram, so unitary method says that 32 upon 233 gram will be weight of sulfur. What amount of precipitate you are getting, my friends? Sir, question is saying this much gram. So 0.932 gram of PPT or barium sulfate we are getting. So what will be the amount of sulfur? Sir, just into. Okay, this is the logic. So this is weight of sulfur. Now this weight of sulfur is coming from where? This weight of sulfur is coming from this organic compound whose weight is 0.32. 0.32. So you tell me what is the percentage of sulfur? Sir, weight of sulfur upon weight of this organic compound into 100. Now the chemistry ended. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Vedant, perfect. Okay, Vedant sir, please motivate. I have paper on 6th of April. Beta, you have paper on 6th of April? Yes. Do you want food inside your stomach? Yes, maybe you can be given that food by your parents, but do you want to earn that bread? That should motivate you. You should be able to earn your bread for yourself and your family. If that not motivates you, then it will motivate you. I know. So please feel motivated. Even if you're feeling nahi sir padhai nahi ho raha hai, to na change the shift. Do not study at night, rather study in sleep so that you wake up around 3 a.m. Don't study with your mobile phones. Yes, for learning certain things, you should obviously come online, but do not waste your time in those shots. Now, I'm not wasting my time because your time is very much valuable for us. So you do this calculation, and many of my calculative friends are telling me that Vedant is 40 is the answer. You are perfectly correct. Into divide is your job. You'll be getting this PDF just after this live. Go to PWJ English WhatsApp channel. The PDF will be given to you. आगे बढ़े. चलो, moving to the next term. Sir, I want to take long term. Shall I meet you, sir? You want to take long term? Long term, Aditya? What? I didn't get your point. I want to take long term. As in, you are planning to take a drop or something like that, then definitely beta, just whatever my latest video is coming now, put a comment over there. I'll be directly communicating. Don't worry. I will answer you 10 times, so don't worry. Same sir, paper. Okay, beta, all the very best, Tejas. I know you will be doing awesome, but keep checking the logics that is asked. P block, sir, P block, NCRT has removed, but still they asking, हाँ beta, but sir, then we have to read the whole P block. No, at least learn these questions. Like for example, because you can only do once you know NCRT, which I'm sorry, I had extra roti. I was waiting for a long time, so I had more roti. Which allotrope was phosphorus is thermodynamically more stable and is more stable and least reactive? Sir, white phosphorus is very, very reactive. Remember, okay, NCERT has removed it. I'm telling you, white phosphorus, because of the angle strain, it is very, very reactive. And this black guy, black phosphorus, is least reactive and hence thermodynamically most stable. Sir, kaise? This is the, this is the NCERT fact, beta. This is a flaw from NTA, I feel, because they have removed P block from NCERT, from JEE Main syllabus. Yes, it is there in advanced syllabus, but they have asked to at least learn these facts. Moving to the next question. Classic simple ball, no Vedant, not red beta, black phosphorus. है ना? Red is relatively better. Red has a linear chain. Black is even very stable. Okay, chalo. Moving to the next question, beta. Aditya is saying, sir, I got 96 percentile in chemistry because of you, my dear friend. Thank you, beta. Thank you. Pata hai, Aditya, it is all your feeling, but actually it is because of you. You have worked, I have just been, you have given me an opportunity to show you a path, and you are recognizing that. So thank you, beta. It fills us with great amount of pleasure. So thank you, beta. चलो सर, क्वेश्चन नहीं था और इसके पहले वाला क्वेश्चन वाज न्यूमेरिकल, नॉट एमसीक्यू बेटा. मेम शुभ नहीं, मेमिशब beta. There may be a case we are getting this question by some of you students only, and because this is memory based, but logic is what we are focusing on. The reason we are standing over here for the whole day is because we want to at least browse through the logic from where the question is framed. The frame may be different. I may wear a black shirt, I may wear a white shirt, but ultimately I will be I. So that is what we are trying to do. Logic will approximately be the same, है ना? सर 97 परसेंटाइल आए फिर भी सीट नहीं मिली, कहां पे? रुद्र भट्ट, where you didn't get seat? Sir, is placed by EN. Okay, chalo, moving to the question, beta. Nickel. Sir, nickel is 4s2 3d8. So this is nickel in zero oxidation state. So this is precisely 3d8 and 4s2. But CO is a strong field ligand. So those 4s2 electrons will be forced inside. So this will rather become, after forced pairing, it will become 3d10. But how many ligands are coming? 4. So it will be sp3 hybridized, but with no lone pair. I hope everybody is with me on this. So sp3 hybridized and lone pair, that means it is C. So C, this is gone. C, this, I'm sorry. This is gone and C. Now we have to select between 2 and 3. Now nickel is in +2 state, so okay, nickel only, so +2, 4s2 gone, so this is 3d8, and because cyanide is strong field ligand, now it will do forced pairing. So because of forced pairing, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and this electron will be forced inside, and because it is forced inside, so it will have this empty D, so this will rather have dsp2 hybridization. So do we have? Yes. And number of unpaired electrons will be 0. So 2 is Delhi, you are gone. 2 is Delhi, so you do not have and have to do them in the paper, but I'm making you understand. Obviously it is very easy. Nickel +2, sir, weak field ligand, so no force pairing, so sp3 and tetrahedral. So acha, it is not asking shape, it is just asking unpaired electrons. So unpaired electrons will be 2 because no force pairing. This is also nickel +2, so 2 unpaired electron, but coordination number 6, so hybridization will be sp3d2. Sir, very glad to learn more with you, beta. I am glad that I am able to serve you. Thank you very much, guys. Lekin chalo. So coordination number 6, so this is B. Obviously we have our answers and we are done also. Moving to the next question. Remember, in my in the 2nd April live also I have told you, even I guess I have given you that list, cationic list, reagents. Don't learn complete salt analysis, but learn that cationic list. See, direct question. Fe +3, remember, plus third group, sir. So third group, sir, question is saying you should have, after passing H2S, you should have PPT, and in what medium you should pass this H2S gas? The presence of H2S, the highest possible. Okay, it is just asking that you pass H2S gas and it should form a PPT. Okay. So sir, Fe +3, no sir, third group is not precipitated as sulfides. Pb +2, yes sir, this is first group, it is precipitated as sulfide, but group first. So okay, Copper plus 2, sir, it is also group 1 cation. So actually they form sulfide PPTs in acidic medium, remember? Group 1. And manganese, all the 3D series, most of the 3D series element, they constitute the group 4. And group 4 also have sulfides as PPT, but the sulfides are formed as precipitate in basic medium. Although this is not asked, they are just asking that who are forming sulfides. So who are forming sulfides ultimately? Sir, Mn, sir, copper and Pb. Now, out of them, the highest possible oxidation state of the metal. Sir, we know for D block element, the possibility of showing the maximum oxidation state increases till middle. So who will have highest tendency? Sir, manganese. Everybody know manganese shows maximum oxidation state of +7. No, Aditya beta. No. Lead. The answer is not lead, na, because it is asking the highest possible oxidation state. So D block show highest possible oxidation state of P block. Obviously D block. Among D block, because copper has all paired electrons, so it shows only +1 and +2. Manganese has capability to show maximum oxidation state, so it will be +7. So your focus should be on manganese. Okay. Tejas is still saying 4. Acha, chalo. Reddy is saying 3. Roy is also saying 3. I guess people have understood this. Chalo, sorry sir, confused. No beta, Aditya, I mean I am happy that ultimately you got it. Perfect beta, perfect. Moving to the next question, which says the decreasing order of acidic, traditional NCERT question. Alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. They belong to what family? Alcohol. Acid, acid. They belong to what family? Carboxylic acid, sir. Carboxylic acid being acid are always stronger acid than any alcohol, remember. So ultimately they belong to a higher class society. So these higher class societies are always richer than obviously these. So among para nitrobenzoic acid and simple benzoic acid, sir, nitro is electron withdrawing group and acidic nature is increased by electron withdrawing group. So this is electron withdrawing group. So it will make the acidic nature highest. So D will be highest. So D will be highest. D will be highest. You both are gone. After that, sir, benzoic acid as an E. So again, I have to compete 2 and 3. After that, phenols. But sir, same thing for phenols also, electron withdrawing group will increase the acidic nature. So this is electron minus R because at para position. This is methoxy. Oh, sir, methoxy is plus R. So electron donating group will rather decrease and will worsen the acidic nature. So phenol is better than C. So after that, you will have B. So this is wrong. After that, you will definitely have A because it is not having anything. And C is having electron donating group, which will rather decrease the acidic nature. So option 2, simple, will be your right answer. Sir, chemistry has come. NCERT line by line. Perfect beta. Only after NCERT, what you have to be vigilant with is the calculation part. I'll be showing you that calculation part. I mean, you have to do that calculation part, not me. I will be giving you that calculation part. It will be your homework, and that is what you have to practice. That is what will segregate between an average student and a 99 percentiler. Moving to the next question. Compare acidic nature of the following molecule. Okay, so where are you? You are here. These are all carboxylic acids. Sir, if compound has, remember, 2nd April also asked ortho effect. So again, ortho effect. Sir, if you have ortho substituted anything, you will hinder the resonance. So because of SIR, which is steric inhibition to resonance, because carbonyl is a minus R group for the ring, so that means ring is a plus R group for the carbonyl group, for the acidic group. So because resonance is hindered, so now it will not apply the plus R. Therefore, carboxylic acid not getting electron donating group, acidic nature will increase. That's why we say ortho substituted acids are always strong acids. So ultimately A and B are strongest because they are ortho. So this is, some people also ratify it with the ortho effect. So this is ortho effect also. This is common sense also I have given now. Among them, sir, ultimately NO2 has strong minus I. Both will have ortho effect, but NO2 has strong minus I also, and electron withdrawing increases acidic nature. So A will be strongest and B will be lesser. So A will be strongest and B will be lesser. Okay, both the options are saying that. So ultimately we are landing up at 2 options. After that, we have to compete C and D. See, sir, this is very ghatiya, very bad. Why? Because electron donating. It is electron donating due to plus R. Sir, it is electron donating due to plus hyperconjugation. Plus R will give more electron, so in decrease acidic nature, larger extent. Plus hyperconjugation is electron donating but lesser, so ultimately this is okay, this is worst, so D will come next and least will be C. So option 2, Roy is correct, Varun Joshi is correct, Sandeep is correct. Okay, moving to the next question. Now, physical chemistry question. Acetic acid is mixed with NaOH in a 5 liter, 5 liter container. Okay, sir. In molar ratio 4:1. Okay. I am mixing a weak acid with strong base. Obviously, strong base will force the weak acid to ionize and form the corresponding salt, which will be sodium acetate, salt of weak acid, strong base, and water. At time t equal to 0, what I am given? Let's say this is 4x. And this is x because this is molar ratio. So this will be completely gone. 4x minus x is 3x and x moles of sodium acetate will be found. So what is this, sir? This is a buffer solution. Why? Sir, because weak acid and its salt with a strong base. So this is what buffer? Sir, this is a basic buffer. So sorry. Weak acid and its salt with a strong base. Sir, acidic buffer. Weak acid, na? So for acidic buffer, pH will be equal to pKa of the weak acid plus log of conjugate part, which is this, but ultimately how do we ratify it? Salt upon acid. So salt is x, acid is 3x. You have to divide by volume also, but because volume will be cancelled, so why bother? Okay, so this is log 1/3. Now, this is equation 1. Why? Because the question is telling you that now when the same when the ratio changes to 3:1, as in you are taking another condition, and in this condition you are saying that I am changing the ratio at time t equal to 0 and making the ratio what? 3:1, as in 3x, or else let's say 3y and y, because I'm doing another experiment. So initially nothing, again this will be gone. So 3y minus y will be 2y and y will be produced. So directly putting this, so let's say this is 3H1. So what will be the pH in the second condition? Sir, pKa, acid is same, plus log of salt, which is 1/2. So I'm simply writing 1/2. Now it is asking you to give the change in pH. So what shall rather be the change? Sir, take the difference. So this minus this, just do not have to bother about sign because it is asking the magnitude. So this minus this, pK gone. So log of 1/3 minus log of 1/2. As in log of 3 raised to power minus 1. So minus log 3. Log 3 value is also given. Log 3 value is given 0.48. You also remember it. Minus plus 1 because 2 raised to power minus 1. So log 2 is 0.3. So obviously this will come out to be negative, but why bother? Because we are focusing on magnitude. So 0.3 na? Okay. So 0.18 magnitude. Option 3. Sir, can you contact? Sir, can I contact you? Beta, definitely you can, but in the chat section. I mean, later or else. In the chat section, beta. In the chat section, you can definitely ask whatever questions you have. We will be getting you. Ask out as many doubts as you want to. Don't worry. So, but I mean, है ना? Chalo. Moving to the next question. नहीं beta. 0.18. Aneme creator. Beta, not 39. I hope you are done. Chalo. Moving to the next one, guys. A simple question from coordination complex. So Fe. This is cyanide, so Fe is in +3 state. This is Fe in again +3 state. This is Fe again in +3 state. This is Fe. Okay, all Fe is in +3 oxidation state. Fe is 4s2, 3d6. 3 gone, so 4s2 gone. 3d6 mein 1 gone, so 3d5. Okay, sir. Now, only cyanide is a strong field ligand. Water, oxalate, chlorine. Oxygen as a ligand, halogens, they all are weak field ligands. So only with cyanide what will happen? Forced pairing. But because it is having 5 electrons, so even if you have forced pairing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that will be forced inside. So still you will be having this one unpaired electron. So question is asking which of the following option correctly represent the order of number of unpaired electrons. So this has one unpaired electrons. Okay, sir. Now everybody has same oxidation state, so no matter what is the ligand, because each ligand are weak, so everybody will have same configuration. What 3d5, but what 5, sir? With no force pairing, because every ligand is weak field ligand, so everyone will have how many unpaired electrons? Simply 5. 5 is greater than 1. That means B, C, D both have more number of unpaired electrons, which is 5. So they are greater and equal than A, which is having 1. Simple, easy peasy answer, option 1. I hope you are done. No, not option 2. सर आईआईटी की सीट पाना सही में पा लोगे बेटा? नहीं, बिल्कुल मुश्किल नहीं है रुद्र. यू जस्ट हैव टू बी कॉन्फिडेंट विद योरसेल्फ. रॉय यू आर सेइंग 4. व्हाई रॉय? बेटा 4 इज ऑल आर इक्वल. रॉय 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 हाँ चलो. हाँ, perfect. Moving to the next question, a beautiful question. Now I will say this is a beautiful question, sir. Here, this is no resonance. So bond order of C bond O is strictly 2. Sir, here it is resonance. So if you draw resonating structure, so bond order of CO bond O will be 1.5. because involved with resonance. Here, sir, it will never be double bond. You know why? Because oxygen will be dying to take electron and carbon will be dying to give the electron and will form this single bond. Why? Because after this whole ring has become aromatic. And if other thing happens, minus come over here, then it becomes anti-aromatic. So it will always be single because always this plus will make this compound aromatic. And hence it will, although it is appearing to be double to you, but it will always remain in nature as a single bonded species. So this will be single bonded. That means bond order of C bond O is strictly 1. What are you asked? You have to compare the bond length. So more be the bond order, lesser be the bond length. So whose bond length will be lesser? A. After that C, and highest will be of B. Easy peasy, but a good question, beta. Good question. I mean, relatively a better question. Chalo, moving to perfect. Moving to the next question, periodic table, and see what they have asked. If the first ionization energy of magnesium, sir, this is IE1. The second ionization energy will be, and what they have supplied to you, sir, total energy. Magnesium giving Mg plus 2 and 2 electrons. This energy is given. So first step, it will be giving 1 electron. Second, it will be giving another electron. Hess law, so total energy is 2189. First one is delta H ionization 1. Second one is delta H ionization 2. So they were, I guess this is a memory based question. I am doubting that such easy question can come, but yes, because students have told, so I can't do anything. Just do the difference, and I guess once you do the subtraction, 9 minus 8 is 1, na? So this somewhere around 14, this will be your answer. Good. सर ACPC का फॉर्म निकल गया है बेटा. I'm there in the live, so can't comment on that. Maybe if it has come, if it has came, I mean, yes, if you are saying it has came, then it is a past tense now. So as soon as we'll get informations about it, we'll be coming with the information on the post. है ना? चलो. Okay, moving to the next. Perfect. Now, acha, this we have already discussed. So you please go away. We have discussed you. Now, this is again discussed. So you also please go away. Now next. This is a question from equilibrium involving thermodynamics. So equilibrium basic question. So what does the question tell you? The question says N2O4 is dissociated. So N2O4 gas is dissociated. Reaction is given as twice of NO2. Now, at equilibrium, the pressure of 1 atm is of this is okay. So this, they are giving you alpha also. They are giving you total pressure also at equilibrium. So two things they are given, but hidden in the language. So let's say at time t equal to 0, you have A moles of this, 0 moles of this. So this is A minus A alpha. This is 2A alpha. So what are the total moles? Total mole is this plus this, as in A plus A alpha. Now, so what shall be value of Kp? Kp will be partial pressure of this, which is 2A alpha upon A common 1 plus alpha into total pressure. Total pressure is 1 atm, so rather why putting 1 atm? Whole squared, because this is 2 upon partial pressure of this, which is mole fraction, which is A common, so 1 minus alpha upon A common, so 1 plus alpha. So 1 plus alpha. AA gone, AA gone. Now just come and calculate Kp with me, sir. This is 2 alpha square, because alpha is what? Alpha is also given 50%, 50% as in 1 by 2. So if alpha I'm making 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 and 2, this is just 1. So in the numerator I have 1, so I have just 1 plus alpha square. Alpha is 0.5 whole squared upon, in the denominator 1 minus alpha, 1 plus alpha, sir, it will be cancelled, so why bother? So this is just my value of Kp. So 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5, 1.5 is 3 by 2. So this is 4 by 9. I hope everybody know what is value of Kp. Now, acha, perfect. This is 4 by 9, na? Have I partial pressure of this upon total pressure? Okay, this is squared also. 1 minus alpha, 1 plus alpha, AA gone, AA gone. This is gone, so 1 plus alpha, alpha is... ठीक है, this plus this, na, perfect. So this is 4 by 9. Now Kp value is known. After this, sir, after this you just have to calculate delta G naught, because question is asking you to calculate delta G naught. Sir, at equilibrium delta G is 0 and delta G naught is nothing but minus RT ln of K. Ln of this is already given, although here you have ln of 4 by 3, na? So you just have to do that. This will be 4 by, I think this should also be 3, because even over there, let us check this. This is 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha, because total moles will be this plus this, A minus A alpha, and I've got 2 alpha. So this is A 1 plus alpha, partial pressure of this upon total pressure into total pressure is 1. Partial pressure mole fraction of this upon total moles. Alpha is 0.1 na beta, so 1 minus alpha, 1 plus alpha. Even if you subtract, okay, this will not be getting cancelled beta, because 1 minus 1 by 2 will be 1 by 2, but 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2. Okay, so this 2 and 2, 1 3 you will be getting in the denominator. So that 1 3 will be, see, even by giving the value of ln, they sometimes tells you to do the calculations also correct. So actually this will be 4 by 3, and ln of 4 by 3 is given, so you do not have to convert it log. So minus 8.3 into temperature is what? 50 degrees Celsius. So plus 273, so this is 3, 7 and 5 is 12, so 323 into ln of 4 by 3 is directly 3. So whatever will be your answer, you will tick. I guess the options are also somewhat, the decimal has some problem with the, so you just have to do into divide and you will be getting your answer. I hope everybody is clear. I guess the option should also be relatively changed, but I guess we are okay with this. I guess we are okay with this, guys. Chalo. Hi. Moving to the next question. Okay, that was the last question. That was the 22nd page that we discussed. Okay. So let me just check. It was attemptable from my side, the whole chemistry paper. Quite attemptable. Acha, I guess I'm having those 2 questions I have not taken over here. Beta, this one question I'm having more. So this one question I'm having more, because I thought there was some last question. One more question, beta. Just one more. This one. So actually, this is also a question from thermodynamics, but I feel one of the question will be there, because students are giving us this feedback. So we have to take all the questions. So just this one question. A sample of 3.395 gram of ethanol is burned completely and this much kilojoule of heat is liberated. Now, enthalpy of formation of water and CO2 is given, and you are supposed to calculate the magnitude of enthalpy of formation of ethanol. So everybody knows that what is definition of enthalpy of combustion? Sir, ethanol is C2H5OH. Combustion is reaction with oxygen. On oxygen, all hydrocarbon produce CO2 and H2O. If you balance, this is 1, so this will be 2. This is 6, so this is 3. And you do not have to bother about balancing oxygen. Why? Because enthalpy of formation of everything which is in its pure state is 0. So be it, let's say it is X. Because enthalpy of this reaction will be nothing but enthalpy of combustion, which is already given, will be equal to enthalpy of formation of product, which is 2 into what is enthalpy of formation of CO2 given? Minus 393.5. So minus 393.5 plus of this 3 into water. Water is minus 285.8. So 3 into minus 285.8. This is enthalpy of formation of product minus enthalpy of formation of reactant, which is required out of us. So let's say writing it as enthalpy of formation of the product, C2H5OH. This is my desired output. So I shall directly calculate that if I know enthalpy of combustion. But there is a problem, beta. There is a problem. What is the problem? This value is given in kilojoule per mole, and we are given enthalpy. This is enthalpy of combustion, but enthalpy of combustion of only this much gram. So this much gram as in how many moles? Number of moles will be equal to 3.395 upon atomic mass. So 12 into 2 is 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. This is 46. This is number of moles. So n moles is giving this much of energy. So 1 mole will give how much of energy? Sir, 101.11 upon number of moles, which is 3.395 upon 46. Now this multiplication you have to do, and this value will be kilojoule per mole, and all the values are also in kilojoule per mole. So this also you have to calculate in kilojoule per mole. Now this is your part, guys. You have to play this part, calculate this value. Let's say this value is A. Put this value over here, plus minus, that will give you enthalpy of formation of. I hope we are done with this. So with this, all the very best for your later sessions. Chemistry was doable, guys. Try and take few questions at a time so that, okay. Acha. So I'm ending from my side, and this is it, guys. And we'll be meeting soon tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right, students. So just give me a quick confirmation. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. This is the final lap of mathematics with which we'll be done. I hope you remember this question we were getting stuck with because there was a error here. This was 4 lambda in the question actually. So we did not have this, and because of this we couldn't do this. So now if I begin with this as 4 lambda, I hope you can see this very clearly. We are given this as 2 positive roots, which means some of the roots will be positive, product of the root will be negative, and the discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. Some of the roots, if I now begin with, I hope you can see it very clearly, alpha plus beta, which is minus b upon a. So this is what you solve. Product of the roots c upon a, this is what you do. But here I can see 3 and 4 vanishes, so this results into same thing. So lambda minus 0 upon lambda plus 2 is greater than 0, which means lambda should be less than minus 2 and lambda should be greater than 0. Lesser than the smaller root, greater than the bigger root. Now with that, yes. Now from here, now when I solve this discriminant, b square minus 4ac to be greater than or equal to 0. So I take lambda common from here and here. So I'm left with this expression, which when simplified looks like this. So lambda into 7 lambda plus 32 should be less than or equal to 0. So with that, lambda should be less than, greater than or equal to minus 30 by 2 and less than 0. Everybody understood that part. So from here, if I plot this region is of course less than minus 2 means this, and greater than 0 means this, but this is between minus 32 by 7 to 0, right? So when you take the intersection, I hope you're comfortably getting this region here will be our final intersection. So this will be the values of lambda between minus 32 by 7 to minus 2. So final value of lambda, I hope you're understanding. Let me write it here. Final values of lambda will be from minus 32 by 7 to what? To final value, which is intersection, which is minus 2, and minus 2 is included. I hope you got this intersection part, and with that you can find the integral values, which is not a tough task. You all are pretty good at. This question I think we have already discussed. Let's focus on this question, a very interesting and the best question of your paper. So far, whatever I have received, this is one of the best questions of your paper. Pay attention to this. Fx is this and this. When x is negative, this when x is greater than or equal to 0. A simple quadratic, x square minus 5x plus 6, which when split at clearly x minus 3 and x minus 2. I hope you are comfortably getting this. Now we are told g of x, which is f of mod of x and mod of f of x. For alpha and beta are the number of points where this function is discontinuous and non-differentiable. That we'll talk about later. What is the integral value? Integral value means all the integers lying between minus 32 by 7 to 0. Now from here, when I talk about this, I need to work on this f of mod of x and mod of f of x. So let us first of all draw f of mod of x. I hope you understand f of mod of x. So whatever graph of curve is there for the positive values of x, that same curve gets reflected for the negative values of x. So for example here, if the graph was, let's say, somewhat like this, that same graph will be reflected here for the negative values of x for f of mod of x. This is how you draw the graph. So the graph for the positive values of x was this. So for non-negative values of x, this is the graph. For the negative values of x, the same graph will be there, but it is reflected in the y-axis, which means x will be replaced by minus x. So it will be minus of x square, which is x square, minus of minus 5x, which is plus 5x plus 6. I hope everybody got this. No confusion on that. From here, when I go ahead, I hope you got a decent clarity on this, that how did we draw f of mod of x. Now when I talk about mod of f of x, that's even interesting. So for mod of f of x, what you need to understand is whatever part of the curve is there below the x-axis should be moved above the x-axis. Everybody getting and understanding this? Why am I saying so? Let me give you a conclusion on that as well. Why am I saying this? Because here mod of f of x. So f of x is going to be non-negative. So the portion where f of x is negative should be reflected in the x-axis. So first of all, when x is negative, e to the power x minus 1. So I hope you're understanding this is how the curve is drawn, e to the power x minus 1. Minus 1 is there in power. And with that, when x is 0, it is e to the power 0 minus 1, so e to the power minus 1 is 1 upon e, which is somewhere here. With that, now when I talk about x square minus 5x plus 6, so usually you see its graph like this, but I have already told you it is mod of f of x, which means whatever part of the curve which is below the x-axis should be reflected above the x-axis. So this will be an upward facing parabola here, having its roots at 2, 3. So that part should be reflected in the x-axis, so it gets reflected like this. So this is how your graph of mod of f of x will look like, which means if I now write mod of f of x, of course for all the values of x which are negative, it will be e to the power x minus 1 without any hesitation. But from 0 to 2, it will be this x square minus 5x plus 6 only, and from 3 to infinity, it will be this x square minus 5x plus 6 only. But between 2 to 3, this is reflected, which means negative of f of x, which means negative of x square minus 5x plus 6, which is minus x square plus 5x minus 6. Everybody understanding this part? Can I move ahead from here, all the participants? So this is how we have gotten mod of f of x. Now what I need is, we have f of mod of x and we have mod of f of x. So if I add both of them, f of mod of x and mod of f of x. So I hope you remember, all I need is, please pay attention to that part here. F of mod of x was sorted. If x is non-negative, this is this. If x is negative, this is this. So when x is negative, this plus when x is negative, this will be g of x. So that's exactly what I've done. This plus this will be your g of x when x is negative. Now, when x is from 0 to 2, this is your f of mod of x and this is your mod of f of x. I hope you have seen that part in the previous slides. When x is from 2 to 3, I hope you remember, this was your f of mod of x, but this was your mod of f of x, and they are opposite of each other, so they'll get cancelled, it will become 0. And when x was greater than 3, both f of mod of x and mod of f of x both were same. So I hope you're understanding. This x square minus 5x plus 6 will get doubled because this is same, and this here also will get doubled because this same. But here it will get cancelled and this will become 0. Everybody getting this? So now when I write the final expression, which is g of x, so between when x is negative, this is the expression. When x is from 0 to 2, this is the double of it. When x is from 2 to 3, this is 0. And when x is greater than or equal to 3, this is what you get. Everybody with me this, listening and understanding this. Now from here, all I'm saying is that let's find its points of discontinuity. So let me check its left hand limit at 0. So left hand limit at 0, which means 0 here, 0 here, 0 here. So it will be e to the power minus 1 plus 6. Everyone getting this? With that, its right hand limit at 0 will be this, which is 0, 0, 6 into 2 is 12. So left hand limit and right hand limit at 0 are not same, which means first of all, your point of discontinuity, your first point of discontinuity is 0. So I have found a point of discontinuity which is at 0. So there is one point where it is discontinuous. I hope there is no confusion on that. Let's talk about the piecewise definition. With the 2 and 2, I am checking it. So 2 minus 2 plus. So if I'm checking it at 2 minus 2 plus, at 2 it is 0, at 2 plus it is 0. So it is continuous at 2. With 3 minus and 3 plus, 3 minus is 0, 3 plus will also be 0 because this has a root here. So 3 minus and 3 plus are 0. So it is discontinuous at one point. So wherever it is discontinuous, at that point it will be non-differentiable as well. Everybody getting this? Everybody getting this? Now let's talk about its differentiability. So to check or talk about its differentiability, let's differentiate g of x. So g of x when differentiated, g dash x will be this, this, this and this. I'm simply doing the differentiation of g of x. With that, this is how you get its piecewise definition, the definition of g dash x. So left hand derivative for g of x around 0 I need not check because at 0 it was not discontinuous. So at 0 it will be non-differentiable. It will be non-differentiable at 0. First of all, 0 will be that point. Now if I check it for 2, so 2 minus and 2 plus I check, g dash 2 minus and g dash 2 plus. So g dash 2 minus will be minus 2 and g dash 2 will be 0. G dash 2 plus will be 0. So it is discontinuous at non-differentiable at 2 as well. Now if I talk about g dash 3 minus and g dash 3 plus, the left hand derivative and right hand derivative at 3. So 3 minus is 0 and 3 plus is again 2 into 3 is 6, 6 minus 5 is 1, 1 into 2 is 2. So again it is non-differentiable at 3 as well. So it is non-differentiable at 3 points. So it is discontinuous at 1 point, non-differentiable at 3 points. The answer will be 4. Everybody understood that? Now look at this question. What are we told? Distance between foci. So distance between foci we all know is 2a, that we are given as 6, and distance between the directrices. So AE comma AE by E and minus AE by E. So that is 2a, sorry, A by E and minus A by E. So 2A by E will be 8 by 3. Standard hyperbola it is. Now with that, I hope you are clearly getting an understanding that what I am given is that AE is 3 because 2A is 6. So from here E is 3 by A. From here I can clearly see that E is 3 by A. I hope you can see that. So this value of E, if I replace by 3 by A, it becomes 2A square by 3, which is given as 8 by 3. So this 3 and this 3 are cancelled. 2 cancels this. So A square we receive as 4. If I substitute the value of A as 2 here, I get E, which is 3 by 2. So I get eccentricity also 3 by 2. Now I know E, I know A square. So with that, can I work on B? I hope you remember for hyperbola, eccentricity square is given by 1 plus B square by A square. So E we already know, E is 3 by 2. So E square will be 9 by 4. This 1 I bring on the left hand side minus 1. And this is B square, which I don't know, but A square is 4. So that A square I replace by 4. So 9 minus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4. That 4 gets cancelled by 4. So B square we receive as 5. So we have received B square. Now we were asked the length of latus rectum. So length of latus rectum is given by 2B square by A. So 2B square and A. That's your final answer. Everybody got this? You got the length of latus rectum. Now let's talk about another question. Again, one of the best questions of your paper. One of the best questions of your paper. If you could crack it, it was amazing. It was absolutely doable if you could crack it. First of all, look at this. dy by dx, is it not p of x into y is equals to q of x? A linear differential equation. Usually we find the solution very quickly by integrating p of x, by finding the integrating factor. But here, first of all, you need to simplify this. That integration part is tricky here. So first of all, let me simplify this p of x. So what I'll do is, I'll split this numerator in such a manner that I get this and this. So I've put efforts there. I'm not explaining that part. I have simply splitted it like this. So I get 3x square into this plus 2 into this. This is that numerator only. Now what I do is, this whole I divided by this plus this whole I divide by this. I hope everyone is comfortable with whatever I'm doing here. Great, brilliant. So this cancels this. So you are left with 3x square upon x cube plus 2. Yes. And when this cancels this, you are left with 2 e to the power minus 2x upon this, which is this. Now pay attention to that part. Numerator is derivative of denominator. Numerator is derivative of denominator. I am going to find integrating factor, but before that, let me integrate p of x. So I am now going to integrate p of x. So when p of x is integrated, p of x dx, this is needed to be integrated, this is needed to be integrated. So x cube plus 2 if I take as t, 3x square dx will be dt. If 2 plus e to the power minus 2x if I take as t, minus 2 e to the power minus 2x will be dt. So here integration of this will be ln x cube plus 2, but integration of this will be minus ln of 2 plus e to the power minus 2x. I hope thought process to split it once. Vedant, I had to put a lot of efforts and then I could split it. So meanwhile, when Gaurav sir and Sumit sir were doing it, there I splitted it. And the thought process was simple. All I did was that here I tried thinking of this. First of all, I thought that this could be a quadratic. It could be splitted into two factors and then I could get something like this. But when I paid more attention, I thought, sir, if this is there and this is there, can I get 2 here? So I could get this idea that I can get this here. And with this and this, I think I can create this as well, which is exactly what we did. That was the process which I applied here. So yes, it was a trickier question where you pay a lot of attention and then you get the answer. So first of all, you get integration of p of x as this. ln of x cube plus 2 by 2 plus e to the power minus 2x. I hope you got this, everyone. Now with that, here, this is integration of p of x, but integration factor is e to the power of this. So e to the power of this means what? E and ln are removed and you're left with this. So this x cube plus 2 upon your 2 plus e to the power minus 2x will be the integrating factor. So this comes out as your integrating factor. Now once you get the integrating factor, I hope you know how to write the solution. The solution will be y into integrating factor is equal to integration of q of x into integrating factor. So this cancels this. So all you need to do is integration of x cube plus 2. I hope you're understanding whatever I'm saying here, all the participants. So with that, when you write the solution, y into integrating factor is equals to q of x into integrating factor. So denominators gets cancelled and you're left with x cube plus 2. Now I'm not going to explain it further. You know the integration of x cube plus 2. You know how to do that. And then of course, you put x as 0, you replace y by 3 by 2, you find the value of c. And then ultimately, you replace x by 1 and you get an answer, which when you compare with this, you write the final answer or the final value. Everybody with me on this? Everybody understood this explanation? So we are done with this. We are absolutely done with this. And with that, I am going to give you a conclusion or a briefing on this paper's analysis as well, which I am very much interested in explaining here. So this is my verdict on today's shifts. So let me just quickly brief you here on this part. If I simply give you the idea that what happened today, so NTA again surprised you. 2 shifts in the 2nd of April were amazingly easy. So the evening shift of today's paper was easy. And yes, 12 to 14 questions were doable. So if question paper was easy, I hope you can see what happens to the cutoff. And if I focus on the kind of questions which appeared more than vectors and 3D matrices and determinants, they always dominate. But here, conic and integral calculus again dominated. So yes, paper was easy, evening shift was amazingly easy. When I talk about the morning shift, yes, moderate it was. Moderate not because of the conceptual toughness, but because of the calculation intensiveness. So question paper was lengthy in terms of calculation, and because of that, students couldn't attempt more questions and 8 to 10 questions were attemptable. I don't know whether that word exists or not, but I hope you're understanding it. And with that, the chapters which dominated again were matrices and determinants, vectors and 3D is always there. But of course, coordinate and differential equations dominated in the morning shift. So that's my analysis. And I hope with that, you have gotten a decent clarity on today's paper. So let's call it a day. Thank you so much.